Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully everyone is having a fantastic week so far. I hope. I'm having a great week. Just in case you were wondering, it's been it's one of those weeks where, like, you know that a little bit of a break is coming up, and so it just seems to make the week take even longer. But I made it through. Today was my last day of work for the week, so freaking finally. Now I've got tomorrow and Thursday off, and then I took PTO for Friday. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going back to the office. There's no way I would be able to get any work done if I had to work on Friday after having Wednesday and Thursday off. So yeah, definitely not gonna be working on Friday. So yeah, hopefully should be a decent next few days. Just kind of hanging out with family, some friends, probably doing some D&D this weekend. Yeah, we'll see. Should be good. I hope everyone is also gonna have a great week. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Loki, a 10 stream streak is absolutely wild. Thank you. You're gonna stream anywhere. Remember, everybody, streak here in this stream. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness, what?
Cameron Reek just turned their way into the credits of Tomb of Vercilias.
Name in the credits. Congratulations. Not bad at all. Very, very nicely done. Let's get over here and take a look at this. I'm trying to remember. I am trying to remember. Oh my goodness. Well, let's get you in here. I just want to double check. Triple check. Okay, all right. Here we go. We got ourselves a Cameron Reap. Go. Spell that right? Cameron Reap. Okay, all right. Just making sure. I feel like one of these days I'm going to accidentally spell someone's name incorrectly, and I'm going to write it down in here, and it's not going to be noticed, and then I'm going to finally get to the end of the game, and I'm going to put everything in the credits, and then someone's going to be like, you spelled my name wrong, and I'm going to be like, crap. If you could put in memory of Anita Reap at the end of my name. Absolutely I can. Absolutely. Get that? Oh my gosh. Sometimes I absolutely hate the little so for anyone. Hey, look at that. Axel, you were first.
Benedict is first to the stream.
Congratulations, Axel. Technically first, Axel. Well, it didn't exactly work like I was expecting it to. I thought I set it up to, like, it was supposed to, like, do, like, fireworks of things. I don't know why that didn't work. I'm gonna have to look into that. Anyway, yeah, now there can be undisputed first people. Whoever redeems first is first. There we go. Technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. Hey, can we shout out L:Q here? Sure. Absolutely you can. Absolutely. Feel free to shout out L:Q. Or is it L:Q? I can see it being that. Okay, let's see. So I just need to, here at the end, in parentheses, we're going to say, in memory of Anita. Wait, where'd it go? Reap. There we go. Yeah, I was trying to select the text. The reason why I was going on that rant in the first place. I was trying to select the text, but if you're on PC, you'll know if you hover over, maybe. Yeah. If you're on PC and you hover over someone's chat, there's like little icons to be able to pin messages and then reply to messages. I'm sure you're probably only seeing the reply. Maybe. Anyway, so I couldn't actually select the text, and that was very annoying. So I apologize for that. But we got it in there. Should be good to go. Cameron, congratulations on getting your name in the credits. Yeah, very exciting stuff. Very exciting. And yeah, Axel, I'm glad you found that redeem. We'll see. I don't know. I can't remember whose stream I was in recently, but I noticed that they had a redeem called First, and I was like, oh, maybe I should do that. I don't know. Maybe. I'll figure out something else too of like maybe last, but then that wouldn't really stop anyone from just redeeming that. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Okay, let's see if I can get caught up on chat. Let's see. So you'll see cute AI overlord emotes for the next month. Okay, that's fair. Loki says, who's got 2 thumbs and sold a PC today for $5.50? Ooh, Loki, that is super exciting. I'm going to assume
_Benedict says
yourself.
Hey, Moon Man, what's up? I'm busy saving Lumios again, but I found a shiny Wimpod, which is one of my favorite shiny Evo lines.
Ooh.
It's red, which is my favorite color.
Hey.
Anyway, how's your day? I'm finally over my sickness and I'm just suffering through the cold sweats now.
Oh man. Well, I am sorry that you've been sick. That is not good at all. I feel you though. It was what, last week or a week and a half ago now that was not feeling well either. So
Killing wants Moon Man to do 10 bicep curls.
I'm glad that you are feeling over your sickness, even though you still have a little bit of the cold sweats. Hopefully that's over and done with though. Because nothing is worse than being sick, getting better like halfway, and then getting sick again. Terrible stuff. So I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that does not happen to you. Anyway, Loki, that is super awesome. Congratulations on selling the PC. Hopefully whoever bought it will enjoy it, and it'll be a good time. Let's see here. We've got a Pharaoh Inkling with a lurkin. I appreciate the lurk. Cameron says, hey, can we do a shout out? Technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. He's coding a Game Boy compiler in Emacs Lisp. Ooh. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds exciting. Very exciting stuff. But now I don't have enough text-to-speech. Well, shout out then to L:Q, if that's how you pronounce the name. Sounds like some very exciting stuff going on over there. But anyway, Axel, to answer your question, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Today was my last day of work for the week, which feels good. I took out some PTO on top of being able to have Christmas off, so yeah, hopefully should be a good time. All right, requesting exercise in protest of ads. Should I do the workout after the ads though? That's the real question. Unless, of course, you're in the ads. Should I wait until after ads? That's the real question. Let's see, over on YouTube, Jesse says, hi. Welcome, Jesse. Glad you're here. Hopefully you're having a good week so far. Let's see here. The Mechanic says, when's the game coming out again? Well, welcome. Glad you're here. So there's no set release date as of right now. The current goal, the current goal is to have a playable demo out sometime like the first quarter of next year, so 2026. So hopefully in the next couple months, we should have a playable demo up on Steam. And then the full release more towards the end of 2026, depending on how quickly we can actually make things go. Again, it kind of sucks only being able to work on it for like maybe 12-ish hours a week. It's usually less than that because I'm usually distracted with other things too while I'm streaming. But I do try and get as much work done as I can while I'm streaming. And then, whatever little bit of time that I can spend out of streams doing work on it as well. So, but it really is not a whole lot of time during the day. If I could do this full time, it would probably almost be out by now. But
Foinkling wants Moonman to do 10 chest benders.
Anyway, yeah. So that is that is the goal. That is the goal, and the hope is to have a playable demo in the next few months, and then the full release towards the end of next year. Sooner if I can, but just to give myself a long runway. That's the goal. Let's see. Draco G says, finally got my game background to work. Hey, that is super exciting. And fix a bug with my game title as I didn't set a width for it. Let's see, as it was an entire text box that it was moved with, and so it was causing the browser page to widen. Ooh, well, that's very exciting stuff. I'm glad that you got the bugs fixed, though. That's there's a very good feeling when you are able to finally get some bugs fixed. So that is super exciting. I am very proud of you. Very nicely done. Jesse says, yay for fixing the bug. Draco G working on my game right now. Ooh, super exciting stuff. I am loving the way that the new art style, the new what the freak was it? Like color palette. It's all looking really good. It is looking really good. So far, the week has been pretty good. That's good to hear. That is good to hear, Jesse. Draco G says, now I just need to use JavaScript to make the screen change and add text options. Very nice. Very nice. Dakota says, for me, I've been looking up ways to use AI to come up with small games faced with software of RPG Maker to make games like on Google Play Store, but bring them back to CDs. That'd be great. That would be really great. I would love to see something like that. Well, I hope that it goes well for you. I hope. Fingers crossed, because I would love to see something like that make a comeback. All right, well, let's see. It looks like Pharaoh Inkling has redeemed both the bicep curls and the chest benders, so let's do that really quickly, and then we're going to get into some game dev stuff. I think that's a good plan. So let's crank the jams, let's get that stuff going, and then we will jump into some game dev stuff. So here we go. All right. Get out of the way, chair. All right, we're going to start with the bicep curls first. Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. And now the chest benders. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Man. Huh. That hurt. I don't know why that one hurt so much more than usual, but it did. Thank you for that, though. I appreciate that. Oh, that feels good to stand up. He's doing a subathon? I love Nero and Evil. I'll be right back. Fair enough, Axel. Fair enough. Oh, all right, everybody. Well, let's jump into this and let's start looking at some stuff and figure out what we're going to do tonight, because I didn't really have a whole lot of time before the stream to kind of figure out what we're going to do. So we're going to kind of get that figured out. But for anyone, if you remember from last stream, we were working on getting a secondary trap working in the game. My green screen's doing funny things. We were working on getting a secondary trap in the game. So if you remember, we basically had the one trap basically since day one, where it's just those spikes in the ground, which works great. I do love those spikes. They are fantastic spikes. But I figured it was time to finally get something more in the game. So let's see what we got here. We can find one. Okay, well, there's the spikes. Let's finish this guy up. Somewhere. Come on. Okay, more spikes. And the exact same puzzle again. All right, that's cool. That's cool. And more spikes, and the exact same puzzle again. This is set to random, right? It should be set to random. Okay, well, at least we're getting random puzzles. Come on. Just... Oh, RNG, you're so great. You gotta love RNG. This is just the best. You like wanted to do one thing, and you're just sitting here just like, all right, anytime now. Anytime now. There we go. So we now have a crack in the ground. Basically, the way that it's going to work is if you do not get the puzzle in time, so let's just get this to this point and be like, oh no, I ran out of time. There we go. It opens up, and then you fall through, and then you go down one floor. The reason being, yeah, I was like, we need another kind of trap in the game, so you know, there'll be the spikes. Now there'll be the hole in the floor that you'll fall through. Again, like, the floor will be cracked, and so you have the opportunity to, again, do, like, the puzzles to see if you can avoid having it break. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to have different puzzles for each of the traps. Depending on how many traps we actually have, we may just go with like different puzzles per trap. And so that way when you see the trap, you'll know exactly what kind of puzzle you'll be getting. That way, instead of it being like random puzzles, it's more random traps with associated puzzles. We'll see, because I feel like there's got to be a better idea for a puzzle to be able to disarm falling through a floor, or like having the floor crack. Not exactly sure, exactly what we're gonna do there, but something. Anyways, we got that working, and then when you fall through the floor, we are now on floor 1. So I think the only thing that we need to fix at this point, or it's not really broken, kind of is. So what we need to do, because I was thinking about this, the way this works is, let's come over here. Nope, this one right here. So if you've fallen through the floor, it turns on this switch. It turns on fell through floor, which then pulls up this page and then turns off fell through floor, puts you over here, and yeah. Yes. And then basically the way that it works is if we were to be on floor 3 or more, I'll show you. So the reason why I don't want to, oh wait, no, well, yes. Okay, so this is the problem we're potentially running into. So we open this up, and then we come over here, and we want to change the floor number. I think it was like, crap, I don't remember what it was. Variables, find floor. The floor number is 72. Okay, so find 72. There we go. So we're currently on floor 2, just starting out, because on floor 1, you cannot fall through the floor. Obviously, you're on floor 1. So I've disabled it so you cannot ever get the floor hole trap on floor 1, but everything else, you can. Now, the reason why we need to do this is because if we change this to floor 3, so you're no longer going to floor 1, if we then find a floor to fall through, it's just, this. Come on, RNG. Be good to me. Okay, this is so far not good. Oh my gosh. Okay, come on. It's gonna happen. This next one. Oh my gosh. Okay, screw this. We're coming over here. Common events. Set you 0. So it only spawns traps. Well, it now only spawns empty rooms, which have a 50-50 chance of being a trap room. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, so it's still going to be spawning the other traps, but it should give us a... There we go. So yeah, so basically... Oh, crap, I forgot. We need to go back down to variable 52, 72, set ourselves to floor 3. So now we're on floor 3. So now, if we fall through the problem that we're running into, we just let this kind of run. Here we go. Does that. Opens up. We fall through. And then we're given the opportunity to use the spell book. We do not want that. We do not want to use the spell book because it just is kind of weird to have that happen. So what we're going to do is over here, we're going to actually copy this page and paste it over here. I wish you could just drag and drop the pages, but whatever. So the reason being is we do not want to turn off fell through floor yet. Reason being is over here, we need to cut that. And then if we come down here, so right before we do this, so instead of doing, so if floor, okay, so this one right here. So if floor number is greater than or equal to 1, which means if you are on any floor past floor 1, you will then be given the opportunity to, do stuff in your spell book. But we do not want to do that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say 72 greater than or equal to. So we're going to say if game variables dot value 72 is greater than or equal to 1, and if game switches dot value, which switch was it? It's like 150 something, fell through floor, 163. So then if 163 is equal to false, yes, because if it is off, it will then pull up the spellbook. If not, then just go straight to the tomb. There we go. Perfect. Then when we get over here, when we come in here to the tomb, the very first thing we want to do is just turn off fell through floor. Not too bad, not too bad. So, then we come over here, and we pull this up, and then we do a little bit of... Change our floor number to be 3. Okay, let's wait on this one. We'll just let it, let it run its course, and we'll see what happens. Go, opens up, we fall through, and... Okay. Why is it off? What happened? Turns on A. Okay, so switches. 2 through 4. 6 through 45. 56 through 75. Choosing perk card, turn off. And then we do variables. What would have turned it off? That is very bizarre. Come through here. Turn on. Fell through floor. I don't know of anything else that would be turning it off. Turn on, fell through floor. None of that should be affecting it. I think it was this. I think this was the puzzle that we just did. Turns it on. And then turn off trap puzzle countdown. Show trap puzzle timer. Okay. And then this should be the last one. Which also, I'm now just realizing too, I need to swap that. So, yeah, and then it never, like, nothing should be affecting that switch. So what on earth? Huh. Humana. So the reason why I'm adding this wait here is because I don't want to just, like, as it closes the puzzle, have it just instantly have the floor open up. I want to have it wait for like half a second after finishing the puzzle and then open up the floor. So, I mean, this guy right here turns off fell through floor. Okay. Let's do this. So, come over here. Go. So, switches. Fell through floor is currently off. Okay. Wait. Fell through floor is on. Still on. Still on. Trip! I think it's because I was opening up and closing that menu so much that it freaked out. What? There it is. I found it. I found the culprit. Okay, there we go. That wasn't too bad. I just had to not be stupid, which is sometimes bad for me. Okay, come on. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. RNG's the best thing in the world. Thank you. Peace. Okay. Wait. Opens up. Oh, jeez. Oh, that was close. Okay, we need to go back down to 72. So we need to say we're on floor 3, so we can actually check and test and all that fun stuff. There we go. And then we just fall straight through, call it good. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. Think. So now if we come in here and check, we're still on floor 3. Oh, the little bugs. The little bugs that are all over the place. Okay, so what? I thought... something here? Somewhere it should be reducing the floor number by 1. We could put it in here. But I thought I had it somewhere else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in here. So if you lose, floor number -2. Yeah. Yeah. There should have been 3, 2, 1. And then it should add 1. We should have been at 2. Did I not adjust any of the other ones, though? -2. -2. Okay, never mind. It all seems... Okay, so something adding twice then. It's right down here. What? Why do I have it adding twice? That would do it. That would do it. Huh. Okay. Let's give this a try one more time. If we can figure out this freaking bug, then that should be it. That should be the end of it. We should be able to call it good. Oh my gosh. What am I doing with my life? Just set it to the first... Set it to the second trap. That's all I need to do. But instead I'm going to sit here and just find spike trap after spike trap. Oh my gosh. All right, if we go one more, I'm just turning off the spike traps for now. Okay. All right. All right. RNG, I love you, but screw you, RNG. Screw you. Okay, so somewhere down here. You should be 1 + 2. I think. No. It should not be 1 + 2. Or +1 times 1 + 2. Set a random number. So this would be 1, 0 through 1. And then +1 is 1 through 2. So if we do 1... Oh my gosh. Why can I not think of how to do a random number? Because that's a random number between 1 and 2. Because it is times 2, which is 0 through 1. And then the +1 makes it 1 through 2. So if we do times 1, then that's 0. And then +1 would be 1, +2 would be 2. What the? Oh my goodness!
Welcome HyperGameDev_ and your 7 amazing audience members.
Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. How was your stream? How'd things go for you? Hopefully things went well. Hopefully. Welcome. Glad you're here. We're just working on fixing a bug. And I feel like I have accidentally ignored chat just a little bit too much, which is my bad. But I promise, we'll as soon as I'm not trying to figure out this bug. Also, what? Why? What is happening here? Room traps. Where are the room traps? Room traps. You are all set to 1. Oh no. Wait, I think I know what's going on. Come down here to 72. That's why. That's why. Dang it. I found out why it was only spawning the spikes. It's because we were on floor 1, and floor 1 does not spawn the holes. That would do it. Okay, well, let's set that to 2, and then we will select a perk card. Now we should be on technically floor 3, so just ignore that whole spellbook thing. Now we're on floor 3. Now there's a hole in the floor. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Should be good now. Okay, so that should count down. We should now... The floor should open up. We should fall through. We shouldn't see the spellbook, and we should be on floor 2 now, which we are on floor 2. Thank freaking goodness. Oh my gosh, that was something else. All right, well, let's see what we got here. Okay, I feel like I have missed so much Let's see here. We should raid Videl 987 for his subathon. Sure. I mean, if you remind me at the end of the stream, and if they're still streaming, then sure, yeah, we can do that. I was getting invested in those ads, requesting for more exercise in protest of ads ending. He's doing a subathon. Moonman doesn't share this information, but I checked the lore manual, and each of those dumbbells are 200 pounds each. That's true. That's true. Each one of those dumbbells is 200 pounds. Logan says, yeah, I put it up for $600, always price above where you're actually wanting to get. And this guy asked if he could pick it up for $550. You got a PC, mouse, keyboard, monitor, and 3 Steam game keys. Wow. Loki, you were just giving those things away. Can I also have a computer for $550? I'll take it. Let's see, I love him too. Just heard Evil sing crazy freaking robot body, and she activated sing mode without Vedel's permission? I don't know what you're talking about. They're growing up. Hello, how are you doing? Fairly, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Doing well. Just working on some bugs. I got a little bit lost in the sauce, but I'm catching back up on chatting and all that fun stuff. Let's see, I was surprised I could sing. Cameron says, let's see, wait, no, add Cameron. It was in the Moonman Super Enhanced pre-order bonus. True. Oh, that's true. That's true. It was. Oh, man, I missed that. Yeah, it sold out fast. It's time for art. True. We do need to go take a look at art. Let's see, then we got a raid from Hyper Game Dev, which, again, I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see, double raid, YouTube too. Wait, what? Oh, my goodness, what? A raid on YouTube? I didn't even know that was possible. But I appreciate that. That is crazy. Thank you. Wait, can you raid on YouTube now? If that's the case, we're gonna have to figure some stuff out. That is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see, Quaze says, meow. Welcome, Quaze. Welcome. Glad you're here. Same. I was sucked into Blender modeling. Sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do. Yeah, I try and be good and make sure that I'm reading chat and paying attention and answering actual, answering people. And then sometimes I just get so lost in the sauce that I'm just like, well.
Says, oh, they will be. When I watched earlier, Vedel was having trouble reading donos. Also, art, media.
Absolutely. I can't hear your mic. Oh, hello. Check. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Wait, can you hear me? I hope you can. If you can't, let me know. But I hope you can. I mean, I have 639 game keys from years of bundles. That is fair, Loki. That's a decent amount to give away. Not bad. You can just, attach that onto basically anything you sell and make it an extra selling point. I like that. It's pronounced, Kase. I think I'm still saying that right. Kase. I hope I'm saying that right. Well, welcome, Kase. I'm glad you're here. Now I can. Okay, good. Phew. Sounds good to me. Good. Phew. It was fine. That's right. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, I never know. I never really know. So, but yeah, thank you for letting me know. And I do appreciate the raid. Just a really quick note, Hyper Game Dev. If you need to raid and run, no worries at all. I know that after a stream, you definitely need to get out there, eat, drink, sleep, whatever it may be. Totally understandable if you got to raid and run. No worries. But I do appreciate the raid. And yeah, I appreciate everyone being here. So, yeah, I guess just a really quick rundown. I'm Moonwood Games, working on a dungeon-crawling roguelike RPG called Tomb of Vercilias. And, yeah, in it, you play as a bounty hunting adventurer. You are going into once was a wizard's tower of the king's mage, who started researching dark magics. The king ordered for the mage to be arrested. The mage was not a fan of that, and so he put a curse on his wizard's tower that would ever be shifting and changing. And so you get these randomly generated dungeon layouts. And yeah, so basically, yeah, so the general idea is, yeah, so the curse did work. No one's able to find Vercilias, but no one ever saw Vercilias come out of his tower, so everyone just assumes he's probably dead in the tower. King, though, is just not accepting that as an answer, so until he can see Vercilias dead or alive in front of him, he will not believe that he is going to be dead.
Thanks for the follow, Kazi.
Kazi, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. So yeah, so the king has put a bounty out on Vercilius' head, and so you, along with many other adventurers, are going into what is now called the Tomb of Vercilias instead of the Tower of Vercilias. And yes, you're going in here and fighting monsters, collecting items, avoiding traps, and all that fun stuff. Just a very retro RPG kind of vibe. But the kind of like the big, not the big twist, like the the hook, I suppose you would say, is the combat is based on blackjack. So when you find a monster, you will then be fighting them with blackjack mechanics. So I will just get this turned on really quickly. So we actually just redid the battle system like a couple weeks ago, and it's not 100% finished. It's like 95% of the way there. It's still not 100% done. But anyway, so when you enter combat, you will be able to play blackjack against the monsters, and that's how you fight them. So basically the way that it works is the suits in the game are now, they're no longer, you know, clubs, hearts, diamonds, all that fun stuff. They're now linked to different elements. And so you've got your pyro, geo, hydro, and necro, kind of replaces those 4 suits. And then the way that it works is depending on how many cards you draw. So basically, since I have the blue, which is hydro, and green, which is geo, it will then be doing 1 geo damage and 1 hydro damage if I were to stand and actually attack. 12 is not a great one to stand on. Also, just for anyone wondering, the split function, that is actually the function that is currently not 100% working. So even though I drew 2 6s and I could technically split, I could split. Oh my gosh, okay, this is actually a new bug. Yeah, I forgot. I am currently working on a new system in the battle system to try and make it a little less luck-based and a little bit more skill-based. Is the potential for being able to set a card aside and save it for later, and then you can draw another card. I haven't gotten that fully working yet, and that's kind of where some of the bugs are. So the bugs are in the splits, but also in the setting a card aside kind of a thing. Anyway, yeah, so basically general idea is, yeah, you'll play blackjack against the monsters. They will not normally have 200 HP, I promise. That would be way later down the road. And, but anyway, yeah, so you just play the game, and you stand. So if you're familiar with blackjack, it's just blackjack rules. But if you lose, you take damage. If you win, you damage the monster. If you get a blackjack, you do 2 times damage. If you double down and actually win, then you do, again, 2x damage. There we go. I should be doing 2x damage there. And yeah, and then, you know, just little things here and there to try and make it a little bit more exciting. There is a perk card system that we're still developing where it should hopefully kind of mix up the different runs that you have. So, you know, say, for example, you know, this guy would increase all of your damage +1, but it reduces your max HP. And, you know, there'll be like a handful of different cards you'll be able to take with you as you go into the tomb and kind of build out your decks. And, yeah. Yes, there's that. Oh, and there will also be a skill tree. So as you're leveling up, hopefully you can kind of build out your character more to like your liking and your playstyle. So, yeah. Anyway, that is what we got. That's you know, what we're working on. We've been going at it for about a year now, and I'm hoping in the next few months we should have a playable demo, which will basically just be this, you know, inside of the tomb, you know, so exploring, fighting monsters, collecting items. Oh, I guess I didn't even really go over the items. So basically, as you're going through, you know, obviously there will be like regular items. The item system is still very new, so like just ignore the icons; they're placeholders. But yeah, so basically, you know, general items. You know, you'll have health potions and stuff like that. Things to help you in combat and all that fun stuff. But then also with the dice, as you're going through, you'll be collecting these D20s. These are like magical runes tied to the different elements that you have. So, you know, so you've got the pyro, the geo, the hydro, and the necro. And the way that they work is as you collect them, you can merge them together and make stronger. So like 1 and a 1 make a 2, 2 and a 2 make a 3, 3 and a 3 make a 4, so on and so forth. And then as you go through, and once you get further along, between floors, you'll be able to access your spell book. And then in that spell book, you'll be able to put in these elemental runes and upgrade your spells. You'll be able to do more damage with your spells. And yeah, that's about it. That is about it. So if it seems like something you'd be interested in, if it seems like something you would like to follow along with, or if you just want to know when the games will be coming out, I would appreciate a follow or a sub if you're over on YouTube. Or if you'd rather not do that, you just want to know when the game comes out, it is up on Steam. There is a Steam page, so we'll just do a little bit of, I think it's a wish list. I think that's the command. If I could spell. Wish list. That's the one. That's the one. Anyway, yeah, so Tomb of Vercilias, it's on Steam. Yeah. So if you just wanted to wish list it, I would also appreciate that as well. So, but with all of that said, we're going to be jumping back into game dev stuff. Yeah, could be a good time. So, all right, let's see here. Timer on Vidal's subathon is 305 hours now. Oh my gosh. That is a long subathon. I don't know how people do that. That is insane. I would die having to be streaming for that long. Jeez. Let's see here. Okay, over on YouTube, Dakota says, I've seen videos on RPG Maker MZ that you're using, that it's showing on the stream name display. I've never seen it look like this. So the reason why I have MZ showing on YouTube is because for some reason, YouTube does not have an RPG Maker MV category. I don't know why, but basically the way that it works is RPG Maker MV was their like first edition of their newer engine. So they switched over to JavaScript with RPG Maker MV back in 2015, which is when MV was released. And then in 2020, which is when MZ was released, it was basically the same engine, but slightly updated, slightly changed. They like, you know, it would almost be kind of like the upgrade from like Windows 8 to Windows 10 or Windows 10 to Windows 11. It's like, yes, like you can see changes, but for the most part, you're just kind of like, oh, yeah, I guess that's different. Yeah, sure. This is mostly under the hood thing. So anyway, so that's kind of why on YouTube I have it listed as MZ. But I mean, the editor itself, they do look pretty similar. The reason why the game does not look anything like you would normally see with an RPG Maker game is just because I'm not really using the engine how it kind of should be. I'm not using it with it for its intended purpose. Like, this is not a kind of game that I would even recommend trying to make an RPG Maker. You can, it just takes a lot of extra time. If you're gonna make a game like this, I would probably recommend learning how to use Game Maker or Unity or something like that. You could probably make this better, faster, and more efficient. But I don't have the knowledge or the skill set for those engines, so I use RPG Maker. So, yeah, it's good times, good times. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, I just dropped in to say hi. I'm going to go since done learning RPG Maker Ace from playlist. Going to go learn Graphic Gale. Ooh. I am so sorry that I missed your message, but I do appreciate you being here, Dakota. A lot of my favorite game series are on sale. All are the Tropico games and the Guild games heading out later. Ooh. Ooh. I've never actually played any of the Tropico game, but I have been tempted to get some of them. Let's see, the Soccerfish we got a raid, Hyper Game Dev. I do appreciate the raid over on YouTube. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. Are you using the redirect feature? Is that what you're using? Or is there like a way to actually raid on YouTube now? I'm gonna have to look into that, because I have no idea. I didn't think that was possible. I know there is the redirect. It's the redirect. Okay, all right. So I have seen the redirect. I just was never quite sure how it worked. So I've never really used it. So that's good to know. That's good to know. I'm gonna have to start using that. Redirect is raids on YouTube, I think. Okay, yeah, that's yeah, I've definitely seen the redirect. But yeah, again, like I've never really known exactly how it worked, and so I was like, I don't know. So, but I'm gonna have to look into that and see if I can start using that. Let's see, Dakota says, and so are the RPG Maker games. I'm going to see if I can get the old ones like 2000, the other ones like XP in basically. Have them all, I think. Okay, later. All right, fair. Good old raid combo. You can. It's called Redirect in the customization section of the live console. Love the lore. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sounds fun. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now that I'm caught up on chat, I do appreciate it. Thank you. Cameron says, for some context, Videl is father to 2 AI bots, Neurosama and Evil. Who as Axel and I well know are quite advanced. That is some good context. I like it. Okay, well, let's go take a look at the art channel really quickly and just kind of see what we got cooking up over there, and then we're going to jump into stuff here and get going. All right, come on, Discord. There we go. All right, let's see. We got from Wormman. Oh my goodness, look at those. Look at that smartly dressed thing. It's both terrifying and adorable at the same time. I like it though. Absolutely beautiful stuff, Word Man. Beautiful stuff. And from Cameron, oh my goodness. Cameron, this looks absolutely fantastic. Wow. I love the way like the dress hangs in her hand. And of course, absolutely fantastic. The cat's like reaching up, trying to like paw at the hem of the dress. The wings look fantastic. Spot on stuff right here. Oh my gosh, Cameron. Your line work, as always, impeccable, exquisite. Beautiful stuff. And then you also, what else was it as well? We had art, and then you were saying, Stream Snipe designed a new character. Hey, there we go. Okay, so you got the inspiration over here, and then the new one. Love it, love it. It's looking good already so far. I'm loving it. Yeah, beautiful stuff. And then it was Creator Corner, yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, what do we got here? Good news is the new art seems to work well in Engine, so I'm ready to get back into working on this code. Bad news is the code is super broken, so I'm probably going to have to go start from the ground up looking at what I have as reference. Oh, yeah, I get that. 100% Jesse, I get that. It's why it's very difficult for me to like go back and look at some of my old code, even as just this game. I'm like, I'll go back and look at it and I'm just like, ooh, why did I do it that way? Why did I do it that way? It looks terrible, but oh well. It is what it is. And then, of course, from OG Acid, we've got ourselves a nice menu right here. The mouse wheel equals zoom, drag equals pan. Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. I like that. Got it working. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Now, well done. Well done. Okay. Actually, Fela's a sister. Oh, okay. Very nice. And media? Okay, that's right. That's right. We had media. Ooh. You know you graduated in 2020 when your senior yearbook has this. It's true. True. Yeah, yeah. That's good times. Good times right there. Man, 2020. I had been graduated for 10 years by that point. Good times. Good times. Being old's great. All right. Well, let's do some stuff, shall we? All right. So I think, like I've said before, I think I'm going to finish the battle system potentially off stream, or at least we're going to walk away from it for a little bit until we get it. Yeah. So the problem is like anytime I have free time, I'm always wanting to do other things like creating content for YouTube, and then I stream. So it's like, I don't know how much time I'm actually going to have to be able to work on the battle system. But anyway, so I think what we're going to do, though, is I want to get one more puzzle in here. One more. And then we're probably going to call it good. How long do your streams usually last? So I usually go for about 4 hours. So I usually go... My time, I go until about 12 to 12:30. So for me right now, it is currently a quarter after 9 p.m. So yeah. So we've got another... 3.5 hours to go. So we're gonna be here a while. We're gonna be here a while going along. Two of my friends from high school have already married. Oh my gosh. I guess it's not that crazy. If you graduated in 2020, it's been like 5, almost 6 years now. That's not too crazy. One to an MLB player. Ooh, wow. That's actually really cool. It's always weird to hear about people that marry some crazily statused person. You're just like, wow, never expected. Good times. YouTube / game dev balance is real. It really is. Yeah, it's just, I'm like, if I could do this full time, I've already thought to myself what I would do if I could do this full time. I'm like, I would stream probably 4 days a week instead of the 3 that I'm currently doing right now. I would stream 4 days a week. Probably for like 6-ish hours each day. And then on the 5th day, that would basically just be me creating content. I would be, because I have like a JavaScript tutorial series on my YouTube channel that I do. I do a bunch of shorts and like, so I would basically, yeah, be creating that kind of stuff on one of the days. The other 4 days, I would just be like adding an extra 2 hours of streaming time. It'd be glorious. But to be able to do that, I would need to be making a lot more money than I currently am with doing this. Not even close to what I currently make between Twitch and YouTube. So maybe one day. But for now, we'll just keep doing this part-time. Yeah. A Fox and Cat say hello. Plush, of course. Oh, I like that. That's a good time. All right. So one of the other puzzles that I was thinking about that we could add here is basically just it's a memory game. Memory game, nothing too crazy. And yeah, so it wouldn't be too much, right? It's just 2 rows, about 6 tiles per row. I figure it's not too much, so hopefully it wouldn't be too frustrating. Yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna do tonight is getting this member game in here and going. Yeah, hopefully should be a good time. I hope. We'll see. So let's see. That's the I think that's all we were gonna do. That's the sliders. We already did that one. We kind of already replaced it. This guy we have in there and working. This guy we have in there and working. So yeah, so I think this is going to be the last one we're going to do. Now, again, keep in mind, this is specifically for the exit portal. This isn't just like a regular minigame as you're going through. You'll find it as you're traveling through the tomb. This is specifically for activating the exit portal. So let's do the rune matching game. I think right now, yeah, let's reduce this down to
25%. Oh my goodness. I am now helium man. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Cat. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So we got the runes. That's runes 2.
Rune 1. Oh, I see. Okay.
Well then. Oh my goodness. That's better. There we go. That's what we want to hear. We don't want to hear my squeaky, nasally voice. We want to hear it like I'm the voice of God. The voice of God. Okay, well, let's
see here. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the runes themselves, which I think we'll probably do something like this. We got rune 1. We're going to have let's call it runes 2. Loki says this is what I sold. Price is using eBay/price. I paid if lower than currently selling price. Looking at your RAM. Oh, yeah. Ah, the RAM. Ah, the good old RAM. What do we got here on the price picker? Ooh, okay. Got a 9th gen i7. Very nice. That's not too bad. Let's see. 16 gig of RAM. Decent. Yeah, this is not that bad. This is honestly not bad at all. I mean, obviously, the RAM, that one's going to be kind of a nightmare. But other than that, yeah, it's not bad. This is not bad. If you just wanted like not a cheap, but like an affordable gaming PC, this would have you covered super easily. Yeah, not bad. I've gotten 1 diamond achievement. Ooh, very nice. And you have RAM? Gimme. I know. I am so glad that I bought my computer when I did. So I bought my computer 2 years ago now. I've had it. Yeah, I think I've had it for about 2 years now. And I am so glad that I did. Because this thing, which I did not think I needed at the time, this thing has 64 gig of RAM. And I was like, I don't need 64 gig of RAM. I'm like, my computer before this one had 16, and I was like, this is plenty. This is totally fine. I was like, I don't even think I need 32. And then my brother is like, no, you need at least 32 gig of RAM. I'm like, I guess. And so I was like looking around for deals, and then I found a deal on this one. And I mean, the RAM wasn't even the selling point. I was like, I really liked that it was a 13th gen i9. I was like, oh my gosh. And then it's got the 4070 Ti. I was like, okay, this is great. And I saw it had 64 gig of RAM, and I'm like, whatever. Now I'm considering selling one of the sticks so that I can, make a pretty penny off of it. So, yeah. If you would like a stick of 32 gig of RAM, let me know, and I'll sell it. I'll sell it to you for a price, of course. Yeah. Although I will say this, I don't think I'm ever going to buy CyberPower again. I have had nothing but problems with this computer. It is terrible. I didn't think that it was going to be as bad as it is. It's bad. It is really bad. Yeah. So many problems in year one, but we got to figure it out eventually. Okay, let's do. So I need to pull up. Where is this thing? Because that's the old color palette right there. This should be the newer color palette. Yes, there we go. I should just replace that color palette. Why do I still have that in there? Oh my gosh, I forgot that I resized this to be very small. Very, very small. Set you down to 25%. Go. All right. That's better. Not quite so saturated, is what we like to see. That was what I paid for RAM. Got it off Walmart. Oh, okay. Very nice. I actually have 16 gig of DDR4 sitting on my desk. That's like a friggin' gold bar you got sitting right there. I'll send a picture of it in media. Ooh. I'll take a look in a little bit. Let's see. My old PC has 8 and it feels unusable. Now I have 64 too. See, there we go. There we go. And you say you need more RAM. Or you just want more RAM so you can sell it. That makes sense. I'm on to you. I have a friend who has the cyber power and is having issues with games as well. Yeah, it's I had so many issues with his computer when I got it. So when I first got it, within the first week, I started noticing very weird things with the water pump on my CPU. I was like, it's kind of weird. It would just like the lights on it would like flicker off and on every now and then. I just figured it was just like some faulty wiring on the light itself, and I'm like, it's not the end of the world. It's like, whatever. There's enough LEDs in that case that I'm just like, I don't care if there's like a single light on the CPU that like flickers every now and then. Turns out, later down like a year down the road, I realized it was not just the LED on the pump that was flickering. It was the entire pump just shutting off, losing power. I was like, crap. So yeah, so my CPU started overheating because I'm just like, well, that's good times. It just loses power completely. Happy day there. So that wasn't fun. That was fun. Also just had all sorts of OS issues in the very beginning. I had to completely reinstall, like, I should have done this when I first got it, but I had to completely reinstall Windows because just everything from Windows Media Player to Valorant to just everything would just crash randomly. My computer would freeze up. It was getting to the point where my computer was freezing up like 5 to 6 times a day. It was bad. It was very bad. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm getting off this thing. And so I had to reinstall Windows a couple times. Actually, I think I had to reinstall it like twice. Finally, on the second time, it was working. Okay, I don't know what we're gonna do here for these rune symbols. Maybe a little bit of this. I wanted to look. Oh, man, I don't know. Well, let's keep the height the same. So like there to there. We'll do like a C shape thing. Yeah. With a little thing right here. Sure. Good enough. Good enough. All right, that is runes 2. This says, "Oh, it's not even that. Wait, it's not even that. It's my code looks terrible. It's that all of wait. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to. Okay. Oh, it's not even that. It's my code looks terrible. It's that all of my grid logic literally breaks if the map is any shape other than a square, and I need to work for any rectangle." Yeah, that would do it. And again, I feel that. Yeah, it sucks, especially when you're creating something with like not necessarily the intent, but like in your mind you're sitting here thinking like, okay, I'm just gonna do it this way just to test, just to make sure that it's working correctly, and then you spend hours and hours getting that thing working just right, and then you finally get it working right, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's good, and then you're like, ah, crap, now I need to make this thing work anywhere, and if you don't do it right then and there, it does kind of turn into the potential for you eventually being like, I don't remember how this works, and I will just need to start from scratch. Croissant. It did kind of look like a croissant, didn't it? That's why I'm adding this little triangle thing here, just to break it up and make it not look like a croissant. Everybody knows I am just the absolute best when it comes to art, so don't at me. Yeah, maybe trying to draw obscure shapes live is not going to work out the best. That shouldn't be too bad. All right, let's see here. Rune 3. What do we got? What are we thinking? We could do a yeah, something like that. We'll do a circular thingy. We'll have it kind of come down here like that, and we'll do like a little bit of a little bit like that, and like a little bit of that and that and that. Yeah. Now it kind of looks like a flower. Dang it! Never mind. Scrap that. Scrap that. Let's do... Croissant and hash brown. Yeah, maybe just a little bit. I'd rather a croissant over another phallic door. Fair. That is fair, Axel. Yes. No more phallic shapes. Now that I've said that, I'm probably going to accidentally do a phallic shape, aren't I? Want to hear lore on Faylee's sister? Absolutely. I would love to hear some lore on Faylee's sister. Logan says, such is my life. Wait. Wait. Oh, no. I have a friend who... Okay, yeah. Issues. You missed my message before the PC one. Wait, so we got the RAM one. RAM. PC part picker. In the last month, I've gotten 7 platinum trophies and completed a total of 9 games. Loki, you are 100% correct. I did 100% miss that. At this point, I think it's just expected. I think it's just expected that I'm going to occasionally miss your messages, Loki. I honestly have literally no idea why I do. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. That is awesome, though. Congratulations. I wish that I could say the same. I have not done anything even remotely as cool as that. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. All right, let's see. Oh, we could do something like a like a weird misshapen diamond thing. A little with a little tail on it. Ah, no, not the tail. See, here's the problem. As soon as I start doing it like this, then I'm like, well, now I just want it to actually be a good-looking shape. But on the bright side, we could do that. Have it be a good-looking shape. Yeah. Let's move this thing up 1. That should be good. We'll add some of these here. There. Oh, maybe. Ah, crap. That's looking like a dollar sign. That just doesn't, like, the look of this just looks so much different from, like, this. 'Cause now it looks like I don't know, like a pine tree or something. Dang nabbit. Sure, why not? Why not? All right, there we go. We need the obelisk back with the D20s. No, absolutely not. Maybe. No. We can't go back to something like that. It's good times, though. Good times. Okay, so that was green. We'll do with a little bit of a blue. Let's see. We could do like a V shape. Yeah, sure. I will eventually add more like depth and stuff like that to them. You know, change up the style just a little bit. But for now, I just want to get these things in here. I don't want to spend too much time on the design of them yet. We can go in, we can change them later. So technically, there will only be like 6 rune shapes, like designs. And so it should be pretty easy to just go in and update the graphics later. Her name is Caroline, and she is a quarter fairy. Ooh, nice. I almost completed a game and got 3 diamond rare achievements on Xbox. Not bad, not bad. What do we got from Loki? What do we got from Loki? No, please don't be out. Don't be out. Loki, please don't be out. Much like her sister, she grew her wing and has 3 powers. Oh my gosh, I already forgot how to say it. Faylee? I think it's Faylee. Has 4, just given she is a leader. Oh, very nice. All right. Sure, that works. And then we're gonna go with runes 5. All right, let's go with blue. Gold blue. What do we not have? We have like a half circle-y thing. We could just go with a full circle. Nope. We could do... Let's see, what do we got? What do we got around here? This is definitely not supposed to be anything around here. It's just, nope. Do something like this and this. Maybe. Yeah, sure. I'll just copy that and delete that and paste that. I do think we want to do a lighter blue though. Maybe not quite that bright. Yeah. 4 and 3. Oh, we got an ad break. Accidentally set a character as half width and not full width, and now my entire font is corrupted. No! I'm so sorry. That's not good. Blasted font. Waiting on COD Mobile to install. Ooh. How big is COD on mobile? I feel like, given how large the install is on PC and console, I feel like it's got to be pretty big. Is that the case? Is it quite large? Let's trim that off and then move that down 1. Let's put that in like that. And that feels too thin. Sure, why not? Why not? Okay, the last one. This one should be runes 6. We'll do purple on this one. Other objects. I don't have much around my room, do I? At least not anything that would make an interesting pixel shape. We should go with a classic X. Good old classics. I feel like it doesn't work super well. Unless we do something like this. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to edit this just a little bit more once we get there. Make them feel a little bit more not disconnected, you know? They do feel a little bit of a disconnect right now. Yeah, sure. So the general idea is we could do something like this. We could say, like at the tops of each of these, you'd have a lighter color. Then I believe that goes down 2, yeah? There, to there, to there. On the bottoms, to add just a little bit more distinction. Meh. Could invert it. It looks like this is more like in. It goes down. Yeah, I feel like if I were to do this, I would probably do that. So instead of it looking like it's extruding, it's intruding? Whatever you'd call it, to have it debossed instead of embossed. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Oh, we'll call that good. Is it actually good? Debatable. Debatable. But it works. Technically, it works. Yeah, I think we'll go with that for now. So we'll just kind of add this to any of these spots here. And they'll go back to the 2 down. And then 2 more down. I think it does help just adding just that tiny little bit of color change and variance. I think it helps a lot. This guy should already be the 2 down, yeah? Let's go to the brightest. And then we'll go with green. I think this should also already be here. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Oh, dear. There we go. Yeah. I think that should be good. Go and have that run along. That one's a little bit more weird because it is kind of different. A little bit thinner than all the other ones. That should be fine though. Right, so you should be there. So let's go up to this guy. There's still things that I need to do with this color palette. I mean, like, it's getting there. But it seems like for some of the colors, this last one just becomes very vibrant. So not only bright, but also vibrant. And it's just like, it works. But it does make it feel like a little bit out of place. So we'll figure it out. All right, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, and the last one. The brightest. Bottoms. You. Okay. 2 down from the middle. Kind of does some weird things on this straight line, but is what it is. Like I said, eventually we probably will be redoing this, like the shapes of them. But for now, he gets the job done. Okay, let's get rid of that. Now, we need to resize this to 400%. And let's start getting these things exported. Merge all that together, just so I have a nice palette to go off of. Nope. New crap. Okay, so we merge down, copy, new. Okay, this is going to be downloads, Tomb of Vercilias, images, pictures. This is the portal. Portal 3. This will be portal 4. We might just do 40. We'll do 41 though. It's 40 I tend to keep for other things. So, oh, there we go. It's that. Save this as portal 41, portal 42. It's going to be portal 43. Portal 44. Portal 45. Last but not least, Portal 46. Okay, now, the last other thing I want to do is I'm going to take this layer, I'm going to merge that down, and we're going to color overlay with a dark gray. Guess this one? Yeah, that works. Let's do... That should be fine. Okay, so now we need to figure out where we're going to show, because yes, basically as you collect, like as you match them, they will then disappear like that. So yeah, that should be good. Oh, that actually reminds me. We need to do this. We need to get a blank one going on here. That, let's fill that in with U. Save this as portal. Ugh, crap. That should be fine. We'll call this one portal 47. Okay. So then that means this guy create a new image, paste that. You are going to be portal 40. Now, to figure out where we want to have these things actually show. So this is currently centered. I guess centered works. I know part of me like wonders, should I move it up just a little bit though? Maybe move it up slightly. Yeah, why not? Why not? 3G for the game itself, plus another for ranked matches. Oh, that's actually way smaller than I thought. I thought it was going to be like 30 gig or something. Kind of impressive they got it down that small. And you're back. Welcome back. Okay, there we go. That should be good for there right now. So, then come over to RPG Maker. I believe it's this guy over here. Yes, it says a random number between 2 and 3. Let's just do 4 and 4. Come down to here. Paste that. All right, so this is if you are equal to 4. This is going to be puzzle number 4. 5G? Oh, okay. Even still, 5 gigs is not that bad. Puzzle 4 is Rune Match. Rune Matcher. Rune Memory. Memory Runes. Memory Runes. Sure. We'll call it. 35, this is going to be number 40. You're going to show it 640 and 510. Okay, I don't think we're gonna do attempts. Yeah, we're not gonna do attempts. I think we're gonna have this one be timed. I think that's better to have it timed instead of that. So yeah, so let's get rid of that and that. Then puzzle timer max. So this is 10 seconds. What if we do... Let's just do 60 seconds for now. Okay. The rotation speed, I don't think we don't need to set the rotation speed, so we can get rid of that. Puzzle selection 4 through 7, we don't need to do that either, or that. Okay. So, what do we need to do now at this point? Some random dev says, Memoroon? Oh, well, actually. Memoroon? I kind of like that. I don't know if I'm ever going to reference these names, but I do like that. I do like that. Also, welcome. Glad you're here. Hopefully you're having an absolutely fantastic week so far. Okay, so that should be... No, that is not it for initialization. Here's what we need to do. We need to say control variables. We need to set variables. Oh, crap. Where was puzzle? Puzzle piece. 1 through 19. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness, that's about as close as it gets. Okay, so we're gonna set 19. So 999. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 994 through 999. 994 through 999. We're gonna set them to equal to 2. Because there's 2 runes each. So if each one of those is equal to 2, there we go. This is going to be set the rune amounts. Then, what we can do, right before that, no, right after that. So then we loop. And let's say, set puzzle piece selection to a random number between 1 and 6. And then we're just going to say, so long as... Oh, also, right before that, we need to say control variables. We need to set, let's do 911. Just random number 1. Let's set you to be equal to 0. And then right in here in the beginning. No. Set you to be 1. Then, right here in the beginning. So, set puzzle piece selection, puzzle selection to equal 1 through 6. So it's picking which rune it's going to be. If it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Then we say if 993 plus game variables dot value 1000, so long as you are not equal to 0, then we're going to say set 980 plus 911 to 1. Then we want to add 1 to 911. Then before that, we then want to say control variables set 993 plus 911 equal game variables dot value 993 plus 911 minus 1. So I should then take the one of 6 variables, subtract 4. Okay, yeah, that should be good. And then add 1 to variable 911, which 911 is going to be determining if it is adding this variable to variable 981, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, and so on and so forth until you get all the way up to 12. That's actually going to be spots 1 through 12. Yeah. Okay. So long as all of that is correct, then what we can say is at the end of that, so long as that happens, do that. Then here we want to say if 911 911 is equal to, I'll say greater than or equal to. I don't know. I always like to do just in case greater than or equal to, just for some reason if it like something happens and it just happens to skip past the one number that I'm trying to get, then I can just say greater than or equal to, and then it should get it either way. What would you be? You should be equal to 12. So as long as you are greater than or equal to 12, then we're going to flash the screen. And we'll just make sure that that is all correct. There. Yeah. Okay. Let's reduce this. Let's change this to be equal to -2 through -1. That way it's only spawning dice. So we should be able to go find the exit. I also just realized, did I set this to be 4 or 4? Okay. We should only go to this newest puzzle. Let's see what happens. As long as we get the screen flash, that's going to be half the battle. So I'm worried we're going to get stuck in that loop. But who knows? Time will tell. We interact with the glyphs. Okay. Well, we weren't necessarily stuck in the loop, but we do have a syntax error. Because I am an idiot. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 1, 2. Pretty sure it's going to be this guy right here. 1, 2, 1, 0. 1, 2, 1. No. 1, 2, 1. 2, 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go. I forgot the parenthesis. But we have it now. It's 40. Okay. I need to be right there in that room. Thank you. We should get a flash. Okay, so something, again, we're stuck in that loop. We're stuck in the loop, so let's come over here. We've got the puzzle. Puzzle. We got 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, that's not at all what we want to see. And then we got a bunch of zeros. Crap. Summer Dev says, I win! Also, hello. Yes, you do. You absolutely win. I actually do really like that game. If I find a reason to actually use the names of these mini games in here, that is definitely going on there. 100%. Okay. So what is happening here? So we're saying set 1,000 to equal a random number between 1 through 6. And then here we're saying if 993, which 993 starting point should be right here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So if 993, basically we're saying if, and then plus 1,000. So if game variable 993, but then plus this 1 through 6, so it's either 994, 95, 96, 97, 98, as long as you are not equal to 0, which I believe we're getting in there, then we're saying control variables, game variables dot set value of 980, which 980 should be the very beginning, plus 911. 911 should be currently equal to 1. So that should be game variables dot value 981. Oh, okay, that would do it. Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. Hypergaming James says, enjoyed hanging for around. Wait. Enjoyed hanging while you work. Heading out for now. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for the raid. And yeah. Hopefully have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. And we will see you. I was gonna say on the next one, but well, one if we don't see you, that's totally fine, totally understandable. But I also just realized the usual Thursday stream that I would be here. I will not be here on Thursday, but Sunday we will be here back on Sunday. I don't think my wife would be too happy if I streamed on Christmas. So yeah, so we'll be back in like a little less than a week. But again, I do appreciate the raid, so thank you. Okay. So 980. So we're currently just setting it to 1. Why did I do that? I don't know. That makes no sense. Why would I even think that would be a thing I should do? I was looking forward to a Moon Man Christmas special. Maybe next year. Maybe next year I'll plan accordingly and get a Christmas special going. But for now, we do not have any kind of Christmas special, unfortunately. We'll do a Christmas special next year where I will sing Christmas carols. Should be a good time. So we don't want to set you to 1. We want you to equal. We want you to equal whatever 1,000 is equal to. So set you to be equal to game variables dot value 1,000. Okay, that is better. Then down here, as long as you're not equal to 0. Then we're saying set 993 plus 911 to equal 993 plus 911 minus 1. And then plus 1 here. I think that should be right. I don't know. Find out what happens. So we're going to room 41. Yep. Okay, so we're still stuck in the loop. That's cool. Let's see what we got here. It's a puzzle piece. So we've got ourselves a 2, 3, a 2, 4, 3, 6, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you are 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So it seems like it's not reducing these by 1, it's setting them to 0. Okay, so let's run through this again. So 993. 993 would be this guy right here. So puzzle piece 13, and then we should have 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. These are all equal to 2. At least they should be. Yeah, so 994 through 999 equal 2. Okay, so we're saying this plus 911. Okay. No. You should be 993 plus 1,000. The 1,000 is the one that's going through 1 through 6. Then we're saying now set 993 plus 1,000 to equal to subtract 1. There we go. Okay. That should be better. That should actually work. I got those confused. It needs to be 1,000, not 911. Let's see. Cool Man Chill says Moon Man's gonna sing next year. Maybe. We'll see. Are you a Moon Man or a Man of the Moon? It's a trick question, actually. I am both. I am both a Moon Man and a Man of the Moon. It's true. You can look it up. It's on Wikipedia. The source of all knowledge. And looks like Cool Man Chill is currently on a 20 stream streak. Oh. Cool Man Chill, thank you so much. That is a lot of streaking. That is a lot of streaking here in the stream. I appreciate that. If you're going to streak anywhere, streak in the stream. And I appreciate that you have been doing that. So, thank you. Thank you for that. 20 streaks. 20 stream streak is nothing to sneeze about. Sneeze at. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, are we going to get a flash? Hey, we got a flash. Hey, look at that. We got a flash. A flash is a good thing. Flash is a good thing, everybody. Let's come over here to the puzzle. There we go. Okay, so we now currently have 5, 6, 6, 3, 5, 2, 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. Wait, do we have... So we have... Okay, so we've got 5. So we got 2 6s. 5, 5, 5. Okay, so we got 3 5s. That's not good. And then 3, 3, 2, 2. Only 1, 1. Ah, crap. Huh. Interesting. How am I gonna fix that? Well, let's see. I did it. I almost broke the streak by going to bed early. Glad you didn't. Glad you didn't. What an interesting way to state that. Well, I don't even remember why I started saying that. I think I originally just made a joke because it's like someone had shared. I think it was like the first time that someone shared that they were on a 3-stream streak. And I think I maybe like stumbled over my words or something. For some reason, I like put a big emphasis on them streaking in the stream. And then I was like, no, well, I was like, I'm glad that you streaked in the stream, but like not that kind of streaking. And then just from there, it's now become, anytime anyone shares that, I just thank people for streaking in the stream. And I remind them that if they're going to streak anywhere, to streak in this stream. I don't know. Origin stories are weird. I know sleeping, that's crazy. Crazy stuff. Don't sleep. Do not sleep. Not worth it. So... Okay, so these guys are still at 2. So I think even if I were to come in here and up this to 13, I think that maybe that could be a potential issue. I think this actually needs to be... Wait. Ah, there we go. Let's just say if you are greater than or equal to 13. But again, so if 993 plus 1,000, 993 would be this guy, so you'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just do this. Right before the loop, let's do another flash screen. I just want to make sure that those are all equal to 2. It should be. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Let's go over here to 39. We should get the first flash. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all equal to 2. All right. We should get another flash. Now on this other flash, we should have 3, 4, 2, 6, 4, 2, 3, 6, 6, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 2. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. All sorts of weird stuff is going on here. So first and foremost, so we set variable 1000 to equal 1 through 6. Then we just say, as long as 993 plus 1000, so that should be 994, 995, 96, 97, 98, 999, as long as those are not equal to 0, then we do this. Then we're saying control variables dot set value. Set value 993 plus 1000 to equal game variables dot value 993 plus 1000 I think that might have been the case. I think that might have been what was going on. I think I had the one inside the parenthesis, which is not where that should have been. That should not have been there. If it doesn't fix it, I don't want to act like that all of a sudden, woo, it's fixed. But I think that should fix it. I think. Here to puzzle. Okay, so. Okay, those are all zeros now. That's good. That's a good sign. Okay. So now we've got 5, 2, 2, 6, 1, 4, 3, 6, 4, 3, 1, 5. I just want to make sure. So I'm just going to pull up a notepad. Okay, so I just double checking and making sure. So we have a 5, a 2, a 2, a 6, a 1, a 4, a 3, a 6, a 4, a 3, a 1, and a 5. Okay. We have 2 of every number, no more, no less. That is exactly what we want to have and see. All right, good freaking heavens. That should not have been as difficult as it was, but it was for some reason. It was for some reason. Now, here's what we can do. Now that we finally, that should be the actual generation of the puzzle. Nothing visual, just the generation of it. So yeah, so once all that's good to go, so let's get rid of that flash, let's get rid of that flash. So it breaks the loop. Good to go. Now, puzzle piece selection equals 0. Sure, whatever. Now we want to actually show the pictures. So we don't want to actually do any ifs. We do not need a conditional branch here. Show the pictures. Get rid of that if. We're just going to say game screen.show picture starting at 100. Plus, yeah, we can just use 1000. And then let's pull up images, pictures, portal. Portal puzzle 41, but get rid of that, and then we're going to say plus game variables dot value. This is going to be, we're wanting to start at 981, so we need to say 980 plus game variables 980 plus game variables dot value 1000. Yeah. We're showing image layer 100 plus variable 1000. We're showing portal puzzle underscore 4 and then plus game variables dot value 980 plus variable 1000. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. We don't need to change the angle here, so let's get rid of that. Now the actual X and Y of these images. How am I going to figure these things? We could do something like this. If 1000 is less than, you are equal to or less than 6. Do that. But then if you are greater than that, then we'll do that. Okay. So starting with this one. The starting point is going to be, what would be the X starting point? The X starting point is going to be from runes 1. With this guy. You are 440, 454. 440, 454. And then what would be the X movement? 80. Okay. It's actually not that bad. We're going to say starting point is actually going to be 360. And then we're going to say plus 80 times game variables dot value 1000. And then 454 is the Y. Okay. That should be row 1. Just add a comment really quick. Row 1. And then row 2. Should be fine. Should be fine. Okay, so now we're going to show 1000. Report a puzzle. 980. So it's the X that we now need to figure out. The X is going to be a little bit weirder. Reason being, so you would be, what would you be? Because we're starting at 360. Let's see. So this is going to be 80 times 6. That's 480. I guess we would say 480 minus 360 is going to be... No, you'd be 360 minus 480, which would be negative 120. You're going to show at negative 120. Think you have to do that? I don't know. I think other than that, it would say minus 120. But I think if we put it in parentheses, then it's... I honestly don't know. Anyway, hopefully this should allow us to show at negative 120. No, it should allow us to do that. Negative 120. The show at negative 120 plus 80 times that. And then 454 is no longer 454 because this is going to be a different Y position. You're going to add 112. This is 454 plus 112, which is 566. Okay. Hopefully, that should be correct. Okay, so if 1000 is greater than or equal to 12, yes? This should be adding to it, showing the pictures. So if you're greater than or equal to 12, do that. And then we're just going to say, wait. I just want to see what actually showed. We'll see what happens. Let's go to room 12. Okay. Seems like it's showing them all in the proper positions. Cool. That went better than I thought it would, honestly. I thought there was going to be a little bit more positioning weirdness, but all right, not too bad. Okay, so let's do something. So here's the one thing that we do need to figure out, though. I don't just want it to show all of them. They need to be flipped around. It's a memory game. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste that there. We don't need this guy or these guys. Yeah, put that down. Put that down there. So what we need to do actually is show Portal Puzzle 47. Show picture 100 plus variable 1000. The actual name of the picture is going to be that. I want to show them all, you know, flipped backwards. There. Okay. And then, I don't know if this is necessary, but I kind of want to try something. Just to, like, add a little bit of pizzazz to it, you know? Because I'm weird like that, okay? Don't get mad at me. I'm weird. So, right here, right as we start this thing, we want to say 101. We're going to say bounce out. 102. 103. The YT Plant says, hello, pizza rolls. Welcome. Welcome. How you doing? I feel like it's been a while. How you doing? How's life? Hopefully things are going well for you. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. I also really want pizza rolls now. I feel like I always want pizza rolls when you show up, though. 107, 108. Ooh. Oh, my gosh. 107, 108, 109. I'm vibing. Nice. Nice. Very good to hear. Always a good time to be vibing. I'm going to be really sad if this just looks terrible. Just stopping by. I will be back later. No worries. No worries. I'm glad you stopped by. Saka Fish says, hi. Welcome, Saka Fish. Glad you're here. How you doing? How's life? Hopefully you're having a good evening or day, morning, wherever you may be in this world. Hopefully you're having a good one so far. Okay, so 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this should add a bounce animation. We're going to show the images. We're going to show them, though, at, let's show them at, like, 5:14. Yeah. And then we are going to take all that, go to the end. We're going to change this to be game screen move picture. 100 plus 1000. We don't need to show the image name anymore. We're going to keep it at a center origin point. And then 360 plus all of that. Actually, well, no, this is fine. It'll be fine. 454, 100. Something I want to kind of experiment with. No. This will be good. This will be good. Yeah. Oh, that's right. And then we also need to add... Let's do that in the course of 45 frames. Okay, same thing over here. There, paste that in there. We're going to say game screen dot move picture. We're going to move image layer 100 plus 1000. We don't need to show the name of the image anymore. Origin point, negative 120. And 566 will be 520. No, you would be 566.
4D underscore
Oh my goodness.
H76 turned Moonman into a PNG.
I'm a PNG, everybody. I'm Mary
PNG, y'all. And now I have the voice of God. David, welcome. Glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Always making things great and excellent and fantastic. As always, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Good times. Okay, well, there goes the voice of God, and now we are helium infused right here. Right here. All the way right here. Good old helium. Alright, so, that should allow it to be able to show the image.
And then they should drop down, maybe make it a little bit more exciting looking, I hope. And basically what we'll do is we'll just say, wait for like 5 frames. Nothing too crazy. Just to add like a little bit of a trickle-down effect. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Then after this point, no. This should be correct. This one should be correct. So this is going to show them all backwards. I hope. It should. I changed it so it should. I changed it so we should be backwards. Let's see what happens. So we click on this, and then we should do a little bit of a whoop.
Kazi just redeemed stretch.
Well, I guess we're going to have to do some stretching. And then we're going to see what it looks like. Oh, this is going to feel so good. Here we go. This way. And then the other way. Oh. And of course, the good old classic backwards. Oh. Oh, that felt good. Thank you for the stretch. I appreciate that. All right, everybody. Moment of truth. Let's see what happens. I think we need to speed it up just a little bit, though. I think just a little bit more. A little bit of speed up here. All right, let's do it in 30 frames. I also feel like maybe what we need, actually, is we need to have you be slightly higher. Let's have you go 50 frames. Or 50 pixels over the course of 30 frames. And we're going to reduce this down to like 3 frames of weight. You're 30. You are 516. Okay. And then wait for 3 frames. That should be better. So not only will they fall faster, slightly further, but then also there's going to be a slightly less weight between them actually dropping. I may reduce that to also 2 frames instead of the 3. We'll see what happens. We'll see how this one feels. I need to be right there. I need to be right here. Thank freaking goodness. Okay. Interact with the glyphs. Here we go. Ah, that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. Yeah. I like that. So the only other thing we could potentially do is instead of moving top to bottom, should I be focusing on this at all? No. I should not be focusing on the animation of these things at all. Am I going to focus on the animation of these things? You goddamn right I am. All right, 120, 120. All right, this is the last of it. We're gonna just do that. Call that good. Yes, there we go. No more. The animation's set. The animation's good to go. That's all we need. That is all we need. So, at this point, so it shows all of that. Good times. Now, let's come over to here. Copy that, paste that. This is going to be if the portal is on 4. So we're on puzzle number 4, which was the, oh crap, what was it called? Memoglyph? Is that what it was called? Memoroon. That's what it was called. Memoroon. Ah, such a good name. I thought that would I thought that would imply the camera would stretch for some reason. I mean, I guess that's fair. Given all the other effects there are, I guess, yeah, that would kind of be the implication. Maybe I should add something like that. I have looked into potentially trying to get something like a, what would it be called? Like a, like the DVD screensaver for the camera. I'm trying to get that thing working. It's, not easy to get working. Not at all. Actually, something that I am trying to work on, and I cannot get it quite right, is, this thing right here. Little tomato. to be able to throw tomatoes at me. But for some reason, and I don't know why, there's like that little flash every single time it finishes the animation. I don't know why. Very frustrating. So as soon as I can get that little thing figured out, then I'm going to make it so you guys can throw tomatoes at me. It's going to be great. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Okay. What do we got here? What do we got? Yes. So if pressed, we're not going to do if pressed, because this one is going to be less timing based. Still time sensitive, but less timing based. So if is released, so we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. In the else handle, I want to cut you so I can put you down there. And then we're just gonna do here, just so I can remember what this was. This was the else stuff. Yeah, now I know. So then we should be able to take that and do that. And we'll call this one the Memaroon 1. Okay, so this is not exactly what I need. I need. This guy? Yeah. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. Okay, so let's come over here, and we're basically just going to be doing a little bit of dish. Say if the mouse is in 404 and 402. 404. And if one is 476, 506. 476. You are less than or equal to 506. 506? 506? It was 476 and 506? Crap. 476, 506. 476, 506. Okay, cool. I think I might also... Well... Yeah, let's do that. All right, so Memaroon 1. It's gonna be a lot. I think it's gonna be worth it though. Okay, so if you are within here, then what we want to do is we want to tint the picture first and foremost. Let's pull this up, and we want to find tint picture. I never remember exactly what the code is. Script. Tint picture 101 to red 0, green 0, 0, 0, 0, frames 1. We're going to say 25, 25, 25, 25. Now, this is what else we're going to have to do. We need to do this for every single picture as you're hovering over. We need to say now 102 is going to be 0, 0, 0, 0. You're also 0. Why would I set the gray? Then essentially what we can do is we can just keep going down the line. So 102, 103, 104, 5, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112. Okay. So that should highlight just that singular rune you're hovering over. And then we need the actual released. Then if you're released, conditional branch, mouse click is released. And what we need to do is what do we need to do? We need to show the rune. Yeah, we need to show the rune. We need to add the value to something. Yeah. Okay, so let's say... It's going to be the easiest way to go about this. So we're storing all of the rune data in variables 981 through 992. We could say we're just going to set... Let's just... Yeah, let's just say set 998 to equal 18. No. Let's say conditional branch. If 918 is equal to 0, I mean there's nothing in there, then set it to equal 1. If not, then we're going to say set 19 to equal 1. So that way we're basically storing whichever two you've selected. We're going to store it in variables 998 and 999. So if 998 is empty, store it in 998. If 998 is not empty, store it in 999. Yeah. Okay. So then, at that point, we then need to actually show the rune itself. I think what we're going to do there is we could just very, very basically do something along the lines of this. We'll cut that, do that. We're now over here. Released. I think this was just backup stuff, right? Change rotation. I don't need any of that. Okay. Probably get rid of most of this too. Like tinting pictures, changing values, you win. Okay. So let's throw that in there for now. Then over here, it's literally just this stuff. You win, miss. So let's just cut that. We can get rid of this. And then missed, it also just really isn't anything either. Just glyphs, else stuff, timer. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on there that we need. Okay. So let's say conditional branch, again, we're just going to do if gold is greater than that, then do this. That's just to have it in a condition that is not actually a thing, so yeah. Okay. So puzzle 4, memo rune. If you're in here, first and foremost, it will tint the picture to like highlight the rune that you are hovering over. And then when you release over it, what we're going to do is we're then going to say, if puzzle piece 918 or 18 is equal to 0, then set puzzle piece 18 to equal 1. And if it's not equal to 0, that means you've already selected another rune. So this is the second rune you're selecting, so then set that one to equal 1. Yes. I think. Yeah. Because then what we can say is we can say jump to label. Flippin' rune. Sure. Flippin' rune. And then you all also jump to label flippin' rune. So then down here, in this same thing, we can do this. So then label flippin' rune. So when it jumps here to the label flippin' rune, we can then say just to keep it simple, we are just going to show the picture. I'll figure out some kind of animation later. I'm trying to decide if I actually wanted to like flip or if we just have it fade in. I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll figure that out though. We're just going to say show image layer 100 plus Okay, so we need to now be distinct in what we're showing. Crap. I think I needed a third variable. This is actually telling you which rune you've clicked on. You've clicked on rune 1, and is either assigning it to the first or the second variable that's holding that value. So it knows that you've selected rune 1. Now we need to know which one of these two you've actually selected. I think it actually probably makes the most sense. We're just going to do kind of like we're doing here. So we just copy that same thing. Then get rid of those, get rid of those. So if 18 is equal... But in this case, we're going to say if 19 is equal to 0. If 19 is equal to 0, that means you've only selected the first rune. And if 19... Is that going to matter at all? Yes. Yes. Okay. We're going to say if 19 is not equal to 0. That way we're at least going a little bit more sequential of an order. So if 19 is not equal to 0, that means this would be equal to 0. No. If 19 is equal to 0... Ooh, no. No. If 19 is equal to 0, that would mean you're selecting rune, or you're on selection 1. Okay, so never mind. So leave it like this. So this would be selection 1. Comment, selection 1. And this would be selection 2. So if you're on selection 1, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say show picture. So game screen.show picture 100 plus 998 998. So that should show it as being image 101. I'm going to show image portal puzzle _4 plus. Now, this should be... This will be equal to whichever one you've selected. So we're going to say 980 plus 998. Because 998 is either going to be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12. So that would be 981, 982, 983, 984, all the way through 992, which is what we want. Then we're going to say, show the image at. The X position is going to be equal to game screen dot picture 100 plus 998 plus 998 and then dot underscore X. Y is going to be that dot underscore Y. 100, 100, 255, 0. Okay. So, as long as that is correct, let's find out if that's correct. Maybe it will be. Maybe it won't be. Who knows? Okay. Yeah, let's come over here. So we should be able to click on the rune and have it do its flippy thing. I need to be right here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Come in here. And pull up all the runes, and I should be able to hover over it. Hey, look at that. We highlight. Okay, obviously the highlight is... Yeah, okay. So then if we click on it... Hey, look at that. Look at that. The real question is rune 1 actually equal to 1? Puzzle. It is equal to 1. Cool. That should also mean we should be able to come in here, and we should be able to go to room 13. Oh, yes. Over here. Up. Up. Come in here. Show everything. I should be able to click on this. Are you 1 again? Are you seriously 1 again? I'm trying to do something here. Trying to do something here, game. Why did you have to RNG to 1 again? Let's go find room 26. 26. I'm just going to double check on this before I click on it, though. Okay, you should be a 2. Hey, look at that. It's 2. Okay. So that's working correctly. But now, what we need to do... So this should be all we need per Memarune. I really like that name now. So this should be all that we need per rune. We're distinguishing what rune you have selected, and then which slot it's going to be into in terms of your guesses. Yeah, guess 1, guess 2, which is variable 998 and 999. So that will store 1 through 12, and so will 999, 1 through 12, depending on what you've selected. And then based off of that value, we can then check that and say, okay, if you have selected rune 6, check and see what variable value rune 6 has. And then you can check the 2 variables. If they match, you got a match. If not, flip them back over, try again. Yeah. Okay. And then down here, this should be basically anything we need to actually flip picture number 1 over. And then if it is selection number 2, we will then say, so anywhere that it says 998, we'll say 999. Portal puzzle, 980 plus 999. 100 plus 999. And 999. Okay. So that should now take into account flip number 2. Then what we're going to say is conditional branch. If the variable 999 is not equal to 0, so long as 999 actually has a thing, then we're going to check match. If not, then to just exit event process. Okay. And then we'll just say conditional branch. If 998 is equal to 999, we'll just say it's a match. And if not, then we'll just say not a match. Okay. We'll figure that stuff out in a little bit, because we can only flip one right now, which is not enough to know if you have a match or not. So come over here, and we should be able to then just basically just copy this and then paste it into else. This is going to be memo rune 2. We'll then get the X and the Y. This guy right here. You are 484, 402, 484, 402. And you are 556, 506, 556, and 506. Emerone 2. So now you're going to say 0, 0, 0. Tin picture 102 to 25, 25, and 25. I don't know if that's too bright. Like, I wanted to feel like you are highlighting something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So now we're going to say set if puzzle piece 18, if 998 is equal to 0, set u to equal 2. If you aren't, then set u to equal 2. Flippin' rune. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens. At this point, I mean, we're not going to be able to get any matches as of right now. Obviously, we don't have that set up. But we should be able to highlight both of these now. And I should be able to click on this guy, and it should show. Then if I come over here to puzzle piece... So 18 is equal to 2, which I believe that should be puzzle piece number 2. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, I was like, that rune, the green one, is puzzle piece number 3. Why are you equal to 2? But it's because we selected rune number 2. Crap. That's not actually going to be even close to what we need. But we should be able to click on that and have it flip. So 18 is 2. 19 is 1. But that's not what we actually want, because then over here, this conditional branch is not necessarily checking the value of those variables. This is just checking to see if what you've selected is equal to what you've selected, which could never be the case, because if you've selected rune number 2 as puzzle piece 18, and then you select rune piece number 1 as puzzle piece 19, they're not equal. So what we need to say is if game variables dot value 980 plus game variables dot value 998, right? 998. 998. So that is equal to 980 plus 999. Okay, there we go. Now, if it's a match, we'll just say flash the screen, green. Sure. If it's not a match, flash it red. And then we want to show picture. We just want to flip them back over. Then we need to say show picture. Why am I going through all this? What I should be able to do is... Let me do this really quick. Turn off the full screen. I believe what I should be able to do, if I come in here and I say game screen dot picture 2 dot underscore name perk card 4. I think I should be able to say game screen dot picture 2 dot underscore name. If I say equals perk card 3. I think this one's going to change. That one changed. Okay. Yes. If I were then to say change you to equal 1, you should change. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to double check and make sure. So that means what we should be able to do is instead of showing whole new pictures, I don't know why. I don't know why I would be doing that. What we should be doing is we should just be saying game screen dot picture that guy. So 100 plus 998 dot underscore name should then equal this. Okay, so if I comment that out, should basically do the exact same thing. Let's comment that out. Come down here. We're going to change 100, so 998 to 999. Dot underscore name is going to equal portal puzzle 980 plus 999. Okay, so this should save us from just like showing a whole new picture, and this should just change the image name. So it basically just swaps out the image. Okay, the flash red. So I know that the logic behind it is correct, because now it is saying, okay, that's not a match. Now all we need to do is we need to come back in here, and then we should just have to say, if we get rid of all of that, then we get rid of all of that, then we should be able to say, if you get it wrong, then instead of showing the picture, we are just going to hide runes. Say you 999. 999. No. Not what we want. We want you to just show this guy right here. None of this weird variable stuff. Just show that image. 47. All the way to the end. Delete. You. Whoop. Go. You all the way to the end. Delete. So 998, 999. Hide the runes. And then we just say control variables. We just want to set variables 998 through 999. 998 through 999. Set them to 0. You're no longer selecting anything. Okay. The flash is red, does that, and then we just want to exit event processing here. Yeah. I'm going to call this one show runes. You're going to be show runes. Okay. All right, let's give that a shot and let's see what happens. Here. Almost a clean run. There we go. Pulls up. I should be able to go you and you. They don't match. Flip them over. You. Doesn't match. Flip them over. And it doesn't matter which order you go in. Okay. Poof. Feeling good. It's feeling good, everybody. I just hope that it's fun by the time we get to the end of it. I'm like super satisfied with how the code is working out so far. Now I just need to make sure that it's actually going to be fun at the end. I hope. It's all in the eye of the beholder. If someone doesn't like memory games, they're not going to enjoy it. So, right. I don't know. Okay, so here's one more thing that I kind of want to do because I'm weird. Which is basically I want to do a move picture. Just to add, again, a little bit of animation to it. I know this is something that I could probably should do later. But I don't know. I like to make it look good, all right? And sometimes it works out, other times it doesn't work out so much. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to say when you click it, we need to... let's do this. First of all, script, view, there we go. We're going to say move picture 100 plus 998. 1, and then we're going to say the Y position is going to be that of you. Move picture to a X of game screen dot picture you dot underscore X. Yep. Because whatever image you have selected, it should grab the X of that and set it to it. And then the Y, we need to set it to that of dot underscore Y minus, let's just do like minus 40. Then move it in like, I don't know. 5 frames. Wait for 5 frames. Oh, that's right. I really wish this was not. I wish this was not script calls. I wish this was plugin commands. Because basically what we need to do here, because there's no way for me to know which one you are clicking on, and with plugin commands, it's different from script commands. So with script commands, you've got this whole thing, you can use JavaScript, it's great. With plugin commands, these are commands that are specifically built by the the creator of the plugin themselves to then interact with it in very specific ways. But you can't do things like, say for example, like you can't do variables in here. Like I can't do, game variables dot value. Like I can't do that like I could with JavaScript. I'm sure there's a way to actually reference this, not using the plugin command. I don't know how though. Anyway, the reason for all of this is because I now have to come in here and swap out bounce. And then right before I go back to that, we then need to switch it back to bounce. So there's not really an issue with it. It just looks messy. So it's not like the end of the world. But we want to say, should we do quadric? Yeah, we'll try quad out. I want to see what happens. I mean, 5 frames is very short, so I doubt that it's going to look that bad. The one thing that I'm kind of thinking we might do is we might just switch it back to linear. Right. The other thing we might think about doing, potentially... Well, no, I don't think elastic would look good. Because elastic, it would have it... No. We're going to do quadric out. So it should start fast and slow. And then it moves up like 40 pixels, nothing that crazy, and then it should drop back down again and then bounce out. So then we want to say basically the same thing. which is it then swaps the picture. Once it gets to the peak, it swaps the picture. And then here we move the same image, 998. And we're going to set the X to be X. And the Y is going to be plus 40. And we're going to move that over the course of like 20 frames. So it should be a very quick animation, all things considered. Should move pretty quickly. Yeah. Okay. Then it basically should be this exact same thing down here, but then swapping out the 998 with 999. I don't think there's anything else in here that we would need to change. It's just that. So delete that, paste that, and then we just do anywhere that it says 998, swap it out with 999. Plus 999. It's a few more places now because we're referencing the image layers, but not too bad. Not too bad. So 100, 999, dot underscore name, show that name, 980, plus 999, 999, 999, 999. Should be the last of it. Okay. So, when we're checking for the matches, though, I think what we want to do here, check match. I'll figure that out later. I'm going to say we probably want to add just a slight bit of amount of weight, because as it's finishing that animation of the rune itself, there's no weight on that second part. So the 20 frames that it takes for it to like finish moving and like bouncing down, there's no wait time on that. So it will, I'll have to add something eventually. Okay. I was like, wait. Okay. To do that, it should show all the runes, and then I should be able to click on this, and it should have like a little animation. And just, you know, obviously like ignore the whole... Well, that was unexpected. That was a lucky guess. I mean, it was lucky that the two that I have programmed were actually compatible with each other. Let me get up here. I will say though, I kind of do like it when when the random gen does this, where it's like you have like these little sections down here of like these rooms, then you have to like go through this like snaking corridor to get up to like the rest of the tomb. It is kind of fun. I do really like that when it does that. All right, interact with glyphs. So it should be able to select this guy, and it should be like bloop, and then this guy, bloop. Should flip him, and then we go bloop, bloop. So ignoring that flash, I feel like that's a decent animation. It's nothing special, but like, I think it's fine. Well, there's a bug. Did not think about that. You can just tap on the same rune twice. And because it's a match with itself. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, jeez. All right. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Why did I not think about that? I'm glad that I found the bug. That was a good time. Okay, so yeah, let's. How are we gonna do that? So what are the checks we could do? We could check. We can check and make sure. We just check and make sure that this is not the same. So then else we just need to have another conditional branch in here. And we just need to say, so long as this variable is not equal to this variable. Because those two variables should never be the exact same. Because it's taking the IDs of the runes you're clicking on and setting that variable to it. So if it is the same... So if it's not the same, then do that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think it should be fine. So that's in the else. Put that in there. Change you to be equal to 2. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Should be a pretty... That was a pretty quick fix. All things considered. As long as it actually works. As long as that fix actually worked, then we'll say that it was a pretty quick fix. If it didn't work, then we're going to find out what's going on here. Okay, so I should be able to click on you again. What? Oh, wait. Okay, so I'm checking this variable against this variable before I set this variable. So this variable is 0, and that one's going to be equal to whatever you clicked on. So of course, they're not going to be equal. Okay. I think what we can do is just say, so long as 18 is not equal to 1. And then you would be so long as 18 is not equal to 2. Right? I believe so. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Crap. There we go. Take me in. Click on that one. I click on it again. Hey, look at that. Yeah. I should be able to click on that one. Click on that. Yeah, it doesn't let me. Okay. Happy day. Happy freaking day. So, that means I should be able to come down here. Let's reduce that intensity and reduce the time. We don't need to worry about those anymore. We don't need the flashes. So we just say if it's not a match, let's just wait for like 30 frames and then do this thing. Okay. I'll dial in the animations later. For now, it works. I want it to be fast. I don't want players waiting for, I gotta wait for this animation to finish up before I can do the next thing. I don't want it to be like, there's gonna be a timer here. And so I don't want people to be like, click on this and have it be like some slow, be like, woo, look at that animation. Yeah. Should be fine. Should be fine. We'll figure it out later. We'll make it more beautiful later. For now, that works. So, here's what we need to do at this point. You're all correct. You're all the correct. Okay. And you're in the else. So let's copy you. Paste you. All right. Now is just the fun part of just going through here and just adding every single one of these individually. So much fun. Okay, so 564, 402, 564, 402. We'll just listen to some good music while we do it. Yeah, there we go. 636. Right? That should be room number 3. I just want to make sure, though. Just want to make sure that that actually does work. That should be all there is to it for each room. Okay. But yeah, so it should just be a matter of, I just take this, copy, paste it into the else handler, which is basically just an if-else branch. For those of you familiar with JavaScript. 644. $716. Two, three. Four. Four. Oh. Ooh. Else. $724. Yep. $796. Memaroon 5. Crap. Five. Else. $804. $876. 6. All right, let's make sure that the whole first row is good to go. Sweet. Sure seems like it. We don't have the ending finished, but that'll come soon. Okay, so you're going to be 404, 514. 404, 514. That's a lot taller than I thought it would be. $476, $618. $476, $618. A maroon 7. Seven, 7, and 7. It's a tedious process, but gets the job done, and that's what I'm concerned about. What I'm concerned with. 484. $556. 8. $0, 0, 0. 25, 25, 25. Alright, say 8. 8 and 8. Save that. The last thing I want to do is have this thing crash after I've made like some significant progress. I hate when that happens. It's very rare, but when it does, it's super frustrating. 564. $636. Memaroon 9. Nine and 9. Getting close. We're getting close. $644. $716. 10. Ten. 10. $724. $796. $5, 25, 25. 0, 0, 0. 11. 11. 11. All right, last one. Holy smokes. I know it wasn't actually that long, but man, is that a tedious process. 804 through 876. Memaroon 12, 25, 25, 25, 0, 0, 0, 12, 12, and 12. Oh my goodness. Okay. There we go. I think the only thing now is we just need to come in here and in this last else. So this is if you are like you're outside of every single one of those other spaces. 0, 0, 0. Okay. You should be able to click on any one of these now. Should be able to flip any one of them now. And then when you're not hovering over them, it should flip them back over. Or should unhighlight. Hey, look at that. Highlight over them, any of them, be like bloop and bloop. Nope. Bloop and bloop. Nope. Bloop and bloop. Nope. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, cool. You should be able to select any one of them. As long as they're not matching, it doesn't do a thing. Then as soon as it's matching, then we got a problem. Because it doesn't do anything. So, we got to fix that. I think what we're going to say is if they are matching, it's a match. So part of me was thinking maybe like if we tint them. But I don't think we want to tint them, because if we tint them, then we got to figure out something else up here. I'm also a little bit worried about this tint anyway, because as soon as an image is no longer... I like the idea of tinting them a different color. But again, like, then we have to fix the tint over here. So basically, if we do that, what we would say is... grab that. We're tinting image layer 100 plus 998. And we could do like 50 and 50 on red and blue. I would say 999. And then exit event processing. So no, because that's instantly gonna do that. Okay. Just add like a little bit of a wait time, just so I can see what the tint looks like. So if the tint looks good, then we can look into how we're going to adjust this else somewhere. Let's find a match. So we got purple, blue, yellow, teal, blue, blue. I actually kind of like having it tinted. Yeah, all right. How are we gonna do this? Ho hum. Yo, first of all, we need to do that. I think we also need to say script game variables dot set value. Set the value. We need to set the value of 980 plus game variables dot value 998. We're going to set you to equal 0. The same thing with 999, set it to 0. So if once we flip those runes over, we don't need to be storing those values anymore. So we just set them to 0. That gives us a little bit more to work off of then, because then we can say, if that is not equal to anything, then don't tint the picture. That way we can set it to purple and then not have it tint later. I think. I hope. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. So in this else handler, let's just get rid of that. Yeah, just get rid of that. For now, let's add a comment. Else. I don't know. Have it stick out a little bit more, you know? So the tinting pictures. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do here? We could say we could check the variables specifically. if we're checking the variables specifically, so you can only do this thing if and game variables dot value 981 is greater than 0. So if game variables 981 is greater than 0, then let me do this thing. I think that should be good. Let's double check really quickly, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we do that, and then if we flip it over, we're going to find the match for number 1. So, we've got... I shouldn't be able to click on it again. We got green. See if we can find... Okay, there's that. And we should be able to click on you now, which tints you purple. And then I shouldn't be able to... Yeah, I can't hover over you. I can't click on you. Cool. I can still click on you. Oh my gosh. What? I don't know how that's a thing. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but okay. I think we're making progress. So what do we need to say here? So I want you to say, if you're hovering over this, then highlight it. But then I don't want it to change the highlight elsewhere, which is what would happen if we have any other kind of else handler. Head scratcher.
Axel_Benedict wants Moonman to do 10 chest benders.
Well,
Axel_Benedict
I do need to get off my
Moonman
butt,
to do
so
10 bicep curls.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Axel_Benedict just redeemed Streech.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do some stuff. All right, here we go. Gosh. Oh, I've been sitting for way too long. All right. Count them with me, everybody. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now time for the chest benders. 1, 2,
Axel_Benedict
4,
says, while
5,
you're doing that,
6,
I've been trying
7,
to reach you about your
8,
car's extended
9,
warranty.
10. Oh. My car's extended warranty? How dare you try to catch me about that? I don't want to talk about my car's extended warranty. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Oh, let's do some stretching. Oh, let's go this way. And the other way. Oh. And backwards. Oh boy. Thank you, Axel. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's see here. What are we gonna do? What are we going to do? We could always do... What if instead of tinting... Instead of tinting the pictures here... What if we do... this? We're gonna say game screen dot picture u dot underscore opacity equals you can do like 175. $9.98, $9.99. Sure. Sure. Let's see what happens here. So we're gonna set you to 25, 25, 25. 0, 0, 0. Then we'll come back down here to the else. Get rid of all those. We're not doing the tinting anymore. Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see what changing the opacity looks like. Maybe it'll look good, maybe it won't. Who knows? Who knows? Matthew says, great, now even my favorite band has been partially ruined for me. It is getting to a point I feel I cannot share any form of art with anyone without risk of AI bullshit. It is making it so damn hard to talk to any creative people. Hello, Mathra. Glad you're here. What happened? What happened? What has been ruined? Talk to me. Give me some more details. Axel says, also, hey, it's Christmas Eve now. Maybe for you, but not for me. I've still got another 20 minutes. Well, 23 minutes until Christmas Eve. But hey, happy Christmas Eve to you, Axel. At least it is for me. Oh, I should have read your other message. That is true. It is Christmas Eve for you. Mather says, my night has been ruined, so I'm just going to hang out here where people are not stubborn or closed-minded. Yeah, we're definitely not closed-minded here. I'm glad you've got a place that you can go, Mathra. I'm very glad for that. And I'm glad you would choose to come hang out here. Makes me very happy to hear and see. Oh, because we definitely don't want to do that. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, let's find a match, and I just want to see what happens. Okay, so you and you. I don't think that changed the opacity. Yeah, that did not change the opacity. Why? Why did it not change the opacity? Game screen dot picture 100 plus 999. Not a clue. $125. I don't know. I don't know why that would be the case. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know why it's the case. So when it's not a match, it waits for a little bit and then hides the runes. If it is a match, it needs to finish the animation, wait 20 frames, and then then do that. It was still moving the picture, and when you're moving the picture, it will be setting the opacity to something different. So I think that was the problem, because it was still moving the image when I changed the opacity, and so then it freaked out at that. Yeah, pretty sure that was the case. Okay, so we do that, and then that, and then that. That is okay. That should be good. Okay, so the highlights are still... I still think making it so you can't highlight there would be best. Which should be fine. That should be alright. Then down here when we're doing this. So it... Selection. Check the match. It's a match. Ah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Let's get rid of that. So we just wait for 20 frames, call that good. Okay. Then we just need to come over here and add another condition to each one of these sections here, where we basically just say, is 982 greater than 0? And if 983 is greater than 0, and so on and so forth. Should be what we need to do. 984. Matter says, my night has been ruined. Oh, wait, I already read that one. And to answer your question, I came to learn my favorite band used some AI for one of their music videos, and the internet attacked them and threatened them despite having licensed art. They used to train the AI for the video, which made ethical, non-stolen art, but no! Any use of AI seems to piss people off right now, despite it being proper use or not. Yeah, I don't understand the full outrage. It's ridiculous, honestly. The amount of freak out that people have towards any and all AI. Like, I'll admit, and I mean, I've said this before, I'll say it again. This is my stance on AI. If you use AI and you try to pass whatever you made off as your own, that's when I personally have a problem with it. Like, if you try, like, if you make if you make a video, if you make an image, if you make music, if you make whatever, anything and everything in between, if you use it to program, if you use it and try to be like, this is the thing that I made, then I'm like, but you didn't. All it takes is just someone to be like, oh, this is a thing that I made with AI. AI helped me with the code. AI helped me, with concept art. AI helped me with this. It's like, okay, cool. Yep, that's great. Like, and I'll still, in my mind, probably still be like, oh, that's cool that you made that thing, because you made a tool. I feel like it's the same thing with, like, if like, it's the people, it's the purest artists too that freak out if someone like made something in Photoshop and they're like, look at this image that I painted, and then they're like, you didn't paint that, you made it in Photoshop, and it's like, okay, but like, they still spent hundreds of hours with a pen, like, painting this thing on a tablet. Like, they still painted. It's like, well, no, but you used a program for it, so it's not the same. It's like, okay, like. And I feel it's the same thing with AI. Like, anyone who's like, yeah, but you made it with AI, and it's like, okay, but like, I used it to answer a couple questions like about some programming over here, and it helped answer them, and I fixed the bugs, and now we're good to go. Or I use this AI to like conceptualize the thing, and then I went out and made it myself, or I paid artists to make it, or whatever the case may be. It's like, as long as you're using the tool correctly and you're not abusing it and or like stealing other things and then try to pass it off as your own, that's what it's kind of. It would be the same thing if someone went online, found some free assets, and then like took the hue slider and changed the hue a little bit and was like, look what I made. It's like, no, you didn't make that, like, just because you changed the hue on it. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at, and yeah, I do feel like people probably freak out too much about it. It's like, yes, I can definitely understand the unethicalness of some uses of AI. I can understand why if someone were to try and pass it off as their own and then it turns out it's not, I can understand why people would be upset about that. But people that just have like the blanket across the board, like, oh, you opened ChatGPT while you were working on that thing? How dare? How dare? That's when I'm just like, all right, calm down. Just calm down. So, I don't know. It's actually, I don't know all the details because I haven't read into it too much. But I guess Larian Studios got like their indie game, like one of their indie game awards taken away because it turned out in the beginning of development of Baldur's Gate 3, they like used some generative AI for concept art, and none of it made it up in the game. It just, the artists at the studio used AI to generate concept art, which they then took and like made it their own, and they like lost an award because of that. And it's like, so anyway, to each their own. Like if someone has a legitimate grievance with AI, whatever the case may be, you know, if they're like, hey, I don't like it for this reason, you know, whatever it is, X, Y, or Z, fine, understandable. Like I'm not gonna judge. Like if that is your stance and that's how you feel, I'm not even for a second gonna be like, well, you're wrong. It's like, hey, that's how you feel. If that is what you do not like about it, then go for it. That's fine. But yeah. But then when the collective mob comes about and is like, how dare you use AI in any capacity? It's like, you know, if you're building a house and you have some guy come along and they're like, oh well, but you used a nail gun. You used a nail gun to drive in these nails. Like, I'm a purist. I used this hammer. It's like, cool. I'm so proud of you that you used that hammer to hammer in those nails. I went out and I used a nail gun and it was a lot faster. Like, is it as clean? Maybe not. Like, sure, maybe you could get just a little bit cleaner of where the nail finally ends in the sheetrock, but it's like, at the end of the day, you're going to paint over it anyway, so there's my horrible analogy of it's just like, but I mean, it's the cycle. It's the cycle of life, you know. It's things will come along. Things will either make things, you know, a little bit more convenient or whatever for other people, but then the people who are kind of being cut out in a way based on that convenience, they'll put up a stink, they'll freak out. I'm sure oh my gosh, I'm sure if social media was as prevalent back in the day when dishwashers were invented, you'd have all sorts of people being like, how dare this machine come along that's taking my job of washing these dishes? And it's like, okay, but like, if you can wash dishes 20 times as fast and 20 times as well with a dishwasher, it doesn't make sense to not use the dishwasher. But people freak out because they're like, what? But I'm the dishwasher. Like, I'm a dishwasher. You're taking my job, taking a dishwasher, having this dishwasher wash these dishes quicker and better than I can. It's like, well, sorry. That's how it goes. It's how it goes. So, although who knows? I thought for sure back in the day, like 2-3 years ago, I thought for sure that by now the AI freakouts would be over by now. Not the case. Not the case at all. So, I don't know. Maybe it will be a thing for a very long time. And you know what? Again, to each their own. People aren't happy about it? That's their prerogative, I suppose. Oh my gosh, look at that, it's actually working. I mean, I'm terrible at memory games, but okay, well, there we go. Now I need to actually get the win state, and I think that should be just about it. Well, it's coming along better than I thought it would be. Okay, let's see. Mather says, hell, there are even people that are just mad with AI because they have it in their head that all AI is causing pollution just because there are companies that are AI servers using up lots of power. That is those companies. Now people are using AI on their own freaking computer. Yeah, well, yeah. And here's the thing. Like, I know I literally just got off this rant. There are a lot of grievances, and I understand most of them. I understand where most people are coming from. I hate AI slop. I hate opening up social media and scrolling, and all you see is just AI-generated ads for products that don't even exist. All the freaking AI thirst traps, and I'm just like, who is falling for this? And you go into the comments, and it's just person after person after person of just like, please, will you be my girlfriend? I love you so much. Honestly, probably a bunch of those is just AI bots leaving these comments, but just like so much of it, I'm just like, this is absolute garbage. So I can understand that. I can understand, again, the people that like try and make art and they pass it off as their own. It's like, okay, fine. Like, absolutely, I can understand that grievance. But there's a lot of really good uses for AI as well. And so I don't know. I know I've talked about this before. If anyone knows of Jazza on YouTube, Jazza is an artist. He is pretty popular. I think he's got like a couple million subscribers. Yeah, he's an artist, makes all sorts of crazy cool things. He's done a lot of stuff with like 3D printing, AI, obviously, a whole bunch of like, he is like a legitimate artist. He can do digital art, he can do paintings, like sketches, all sorts of crazy stuff. He is a crazy good artist. And he's come out in defense of AI, and he's like, the great thing about AI is that I can train an AI model on all of the artwork that I have made over his 20 years of being an artist. He can train an AI model on that art. And then what he can do is he can either conceptualize new art with the AI based off of the stuff that he's actually created, or he can start creating something. He can kind of like paint the big picture, and then he can have AI go in there and be like, hey, add 10,000 leaves to this tree. And the AI will go in, and in about 10 seconds will add 10,000 leaves to the tree. Something that would take him hundreds, well, okay, not hundreds, but like dozens of hours to go in and like painstakingly create thousands and thousands and thousands of leaves on this tree, which like in the end, the result looks amazing because there are now thousands and thousands of individual leaves you can actually look at and see and be like, oh my gosh, like those are all individual leaves. It's not just like a blob of like a shape and like a bunch of little points. Like there's the actual leaves, and it's crazy. And it's amazing that he can do that, and he can have the AI go in and he can take that tedious task of going in and creating thousands of leaves, and the AI can do it like that, and then he can go in and fine tune it and focus on the actual details, the artistic details, instead of spending the hundreds of hours on these other little things. And I still remember the comment section. I'm pretty sure I turned it off on the video. The comment section was just full of people just berating him and being like, how dare you defend this? Like, you're not a real artist if you use AI. And it's like, do you not see the like thousands of images that he has created, like images, pictures, art pieces that he's created over his years and years and years of doing this? It's like, you're gonna take his opinion on, hey, this saved me a lot of time and effort to still like get to the same end point, but in seconds instead of hours. And then people freak out about it. Then I'm just like, okay. So honestly, like, there's not really a way to reason with people who hate AI. And again, if you hate AI for legitimate reasons, I get it. Totally understandable. But if you're just on the hype train of AI bad because it is faster and sometimes better at creating art, and yes, like, it definitely makes garbage. Don't get me wrong. It makes a lot of garbage. Then yeah. Like, legitimate good artists are not going to be taken away by AI. At least not anytime soon. Maybe eventually. Don't get me wrong. I have tried. I've tried many times with AI, and I've been like, create a 2D top-down JRPG sprite sheet or tile set. It can't do it. It struggles. It cannot do it. Maybe there's a way to get it to do it, but it just cannot. And I'm just like, if you are a tile set artist, if you are a character animator, if you are a good artist that does good work, AI is not going to take your job for a very long time until it gets way better. So if you're upset about that, then you probably don't have anything to worry about. And if you're a mediocre artist, it could probably take your job pretty quickly. I know the AI could do this in way faster than I could. Like, I'm not above recognizing and realizing that. But anyway, sorry, it is late and I am now ranting, and I do not mean to rant, so that is my bad. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. If you're not here for ranting, I am so sorry. It looks like quite a few people have left, so either people are upset what I'm saying or they're just upset that I'm ranting. Okay, well, Kilo, welcome. Glad you're here. Let's see here. That logic is like yelling at a person for ruining the environment, for pruning their shrubs on their property just because the local forest was cut down to build a mall. That's fair. This whole war between AI and anti-AI mob is pissing me off and making me want to start swinging. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Don't do it because, you don't want real-life consequences based off of just potentially someone online that is also potentially a bot is arguing with you. So, funny how they are not mad that cars are not made by hand. There's a lot of automation that people, I feel like, just don't recognize is actually there. Also funny how all artists seem to be suddenly be acting like they are professionals at knowing what is and is not AI. Even is the art actually was not AI? Nope. They know it's AI. Shun it. Yeah. Well, again, like I said, to each their own. Some people embrace it, some people hate it, some people are meh about it, and I feel like I'm kind of one of those meh people. I'm like, I've seen some really cool stuff made with AI. I've made some really cool stuff with AI. And yeah, that's about the tall and the short of it. You didn't hand forge your own nails? Oh, that's true. Jesse, that's a good point. Take it even one step further, yeah. If you were building a house and you didn't make your own nails, if you didn't build your own tools, what are you even doing with your life? I only make houses with trees I've grown. Oh my gosh. I wonder if someone has ever documented... Oh, okay, one, I wonder if anyone's ever done that. But then two, I wonder if anyone's ever documented that. Where like... Because like you got people online who will make these videos about like, you know, I made this cabin from my own hands over the course of 2 years. I wonder if anyone's ever documented a whole process of like, I legitimately built this cabin. I grew the trees. I made my own tools. I don't know. It'd be kind of fun. I'd watch it. I'd watch that video. Mather says, hell, there's even a beatboxer that is really skilled, and legit beatboxers and singers are defending him because people are trying to claim that his skills are fake. It's not Daichi, is it? Daichi is crazy. But fair. I mean, you could fake things, improv. Oh, okay. I have not heard of him. You could fake things before AI. To be fair, like, you know, obviously that is something that could be done, but yeah, the people that I'm just like, calm down, people, calm down. Yeah. Pet crab. I'm sorry, Jesse. One of these days, one of these days, I'll bring it back. Even if I keep this for, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, is it even worth taking up all the screen real estate to have that freaking crab right there? To have the game, bruh? I don't know. Seems like people use it every now and then. Very rarely. I feel like for the most part, it just kind of sits there. I'm like, is it worth the screen real estate? I don't know. I also don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll redo my stream setup. Maybe for 2026, I'll do a new stream setup. How about that? I'll revamp it all. Yeah, they try and claim it's fake until other artists and coaches break down the videos and show/teach what and how he does what he does. And I'm sure that even with people being like, look, no, this is how he does it. This is how you could do it. This is how you learn. This is how you get better. And I'm sure you're still going to have people being like, no, it's definitely AI. I want a pet crab. One of these days, Jesse, I will allow you to pet crab. This is not that day. But one of these days, it is going to happen. Okay, so what do we need to do at this point now? I think at this point, we now need to see if it's a match. Set those to 0. Then we need to check and see I don't know if there's a good way to do this, so we're just gonna brute force it. Yeah, let's just brute force it. Once it checks for a match. Down here at the end, we now need to say conditional branch. If game variables dot value 981 is equal to 0 and 982 is equal to 0, 983 is equal to 0, 984 is equal to 0, 985 is equal to 0, 986 is equal to 0. It would be nice, and again, I don't know, aside from just like a loop, which we could do a loop, but I don't know if it's possible to just like check a whole, like a group of variables. I don't know. I feel like there's gotta be a way. But I don't know what that way is. We'll just do it this way. And 992, I believe. Let's double check now. So 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. So, as long as all of those are equal to 0, we'll wait for like 30 frames. Yeah. Then over here, we've got you. Says if exit portal active is on. Oh, that's the okay, that's the automation. So this is the one we want. This is the puzzle timer. Let's copy that, paste that. This is going to be if it's equal to 4. Okay. Turn on portal puzzle timer empty. Which I think should also automatically come over to here. Portal puzzle timer empty. 152? Yeah. Portal puzzle timer empty. Where? Okay, so then in here that takes care of all that. Okay, cool. Cool. So, I think then, let's come over here. We need to do a couple things. Let's do this. Set that to action button. Then we're going to set you to be 2 and 2. Because I need to adjust some of the UI elements. Go. Okay. So basically, we need to be showing... So this would be the percentage. We don't need the percentage. I think all we need is, yeah, the timer over here. The border. I don't think we need the border. Let's delete the border. Yeah, so orb left. So if 150 is equal to true, and if 920 is equal to 2, I know you can't see this, but like I'm adjusting some of the conditions. If you're equal to 2, or if you're equal to 4, fresh. So then you, and then you, no, you. So we've got, so that's the, oh, that's the image gauge. So where's the text then? Text 10.0. Okay, so we have the text, which is 10.0. We've got the orb left, so you're showing, and then the 100 out of 100. Yes. Okay, so now we should be able to come over here, set you to be 4 to 4. Should give us a decent amount of time. Interact with the glyphs. So that should pop up, which it does. Awesome. Starts counting down. I feel like, I mean, it's a little janky looking, but it should be fine. Go. Okay. Still need to adjust it just a little bit more. And I do think that, I think 60 seconds is probably just a little bit too much. Okay, so 109, 110, 111, and 112. And that also means on the victory, we need to adjust this one, which should be this exact same one, just that. Okay, that way, even if you win, you should be good. Okay, cool. Now, let's give it another shot. That was weird. Interact with the glyphs. I think the waiting for the you can in general go pretty quickly. I think it's just a matter of the waiting. Yeah. So as you select it, waiting for it to go from showing the glyphs to not. I want it to be like just long enough to actually have the player see what the glyph is, or the rune, whatever we want to call it, to actually see what it is. Because like I can click, but then I have to wait. So click, and I'm clicking. I have to wait. Yes, you can click pretty quickly between them, but it's the waiting for it to actually show, like, oh, this is what this is. I guess it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not terrible. That should be fine. It'll be fine. So, now the question becomes... Exit portal active. So it's still counting down though, which, because there's a brief pause right here when it checks. So I think we actually need to get rid of that pause. No more pause, just instantly go, and then we should be good to go. Yeah, that should be fine. Mather says, there is more I want to compare this topic to, but I feel like it would end up with the too controversial, despite how it makes me both upset but also depressed. Frustrating. I'm sorry, Mathra. Yeah, it is a very frustrating topic. And I know this is easier said than done, but like for me anyway, honestly, what has helped is just avoiding the topic and avoiding people like that, because it's like, there's no way to like reason with them, and there's no way for you to like come to them and be like, this is my position, this is my point of view, and have them be like, okay, it's you know, there's no way anyone like that is gonna say to each their own, right? And so like at some point you just kind of have to be like, you know what, whatever, like go live your life, I don't care. So, but it is very frustrating, very frustrating. David Van Housen says hello. Welcome, David Van Housen. How you doing? How's life? Hopefully things are going well for you. All right, let's just test this one more time. So yeah, so you should be able to go pretty quickly, except for that whole like waiting for it to actually go one way or the other. Take it. For the most part, though, yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Cool. Mather says, Moon, it is so hard to avoid them when they are the majority of the internet these days. It is a shock I even came across you. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. AI is one that I typically don't like to bring up because I do know that it is extremely controversial. And I still am of the mindset of just like, it is very much so to each their own. Like, I mean, like I've said, you know, it's if people use it, I don't care. If people want to use it to try and like enhance their creativity, I don't care. The only time that I ever kind of have an issue with it is if someone uses it, they create something and they try to pass it off as their own. That's when I'm kind of like, that's when I start to have a problem. I'm never going to call anyone out on it. I'm never going to be like, oh, well, you whatever, make some argument. Like, because I don't care enough to like call someone out and be like, hey, but you didn't make it. Yeah, I do know there's a lot of people who do feel very strongly about it, and I'm just like, I'm the point of, I'm like, I don't care enough to the point where I'm like, if you want to feel that way, whatever. But I do understand that there would be a lot of frustration, especially when you are like trying to argue a point and someone they have no interest in having that point be argued. Can 100% see that, 100%. I just want to check really quick though for the puzzle pieces. Not that it really matters though. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter because they all reset on the next time anyway. So, yeah, should be fine. Cool. I am actually shocked. I am shocked because, as you all know, as you all very well are aware, when I say, all right, we're gonna add this thing, it shouldn't be too bad, right? Shouldn't be too difficult. That's usually the sign of like, okay, this is actually not gonna happen tonight. But the fact that we actually got this in here and working tonight, I am honestly, yeah, I am shooketh. I'm shooketh that it's actually in here and working. There are a couple things that I want to tighten up. There are some things that I do feel like could use a tiny bit, just a tiny bit of tweaking. Some of the animations, I'm still not 100% sold on how the tiles look as you're going along and completing them. But for the most part, like, it technically works. It is technically in the game. You can technically do that puzzle. Yeah. So again, the only thing that I would say is still probably kind of like where I'm like, is the wait between you clicking on it and then having to wait until you can click it. Because, like, again, I can be like, bloop, bloop, and, like, those work instantly. But waiting for it to actually show me and be like, okay, like, so I need to find a better sweet spot for that. But I don't think it should be too bad. I think the only other thing now that I want to test, just really quickly, is when it actually starts this, we don't want to do 60 seconds. 60 seconds I feel like is too long. So let's do 300. 30 seconds. I feel like 30 seconds should be fine. It seems like on average I was doing this puzzle in about 15 seconds when I was actually paying attention and like focusing where I was, you know, remembering where things were. And I know that some people are going to be better at it than others. Oh my gosh, what the freak is this layout? It's just this huge, like, up and around. Terrible stuff. Like, what is that? I want to explore that more. So connects there. Then all of that is just dead space. I kind of like it when it does these kinds of layouts. Where it's like you have like these sections here, then you have to like go down and like go into these other spots over here and like explore these. I legitimately am like very excited for this game to be done and have it actually, like, I love that layout. That is so cool. Where it's like you got like these two sections down here and you have to like go up and it goes like all the way up and around. You got this section here. Like, it's a very, like, this layout particularly, I'm just like, it is such a satisfying looking layout. It's so cool. I just wish the RNG was always that good. You know? It's like sometimes it does not look that good. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So yeah, well, like I was saying, the one last thing that I wanted to come in here and double check is the actual timer itself. I want to see how, like, I guess I probably could have shortened the timer a bit more so it wasn't a full 30 seconds. But yeah, I do want to see what's going to happen. It should, once the timer's out, it should kick me out, do the spike damage, and then I should be able to jump back in here. Let's see what happens, though. Let's see what happens. So, yeah, so it should count down 3, 2, 1. Unless, of course, it kills me. Then there's that, too. It could just kill me. Okay. Let's, get that figured out. Okay. Now that I actually have 4 health, it shouldn't instantly kill me. Shouldn't. Actually, what I could do in this time is, if I hide everything else, I want to come over here, so the 19-2. So we've, well, let's do you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 4, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew! Close. There we go. All right. I got attacked. Be able to come back in here and be like, bloop. Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, I definitely need to tighten it up somehow, some way, so that you don't have to sit for so long looking at the incorrect tiles. Yeah. Yeah. Mather says, I remember back in the day when people still had open minds and have proper debates and saw one another's points. These days, it's all just shut doors. It really bothers me when people are not only closed-minded, but also hypocritical. Yeah, I feel like conversation is something that a lot of people just don't want to have nowadays, which sucks. But the world we live in, which is not fun. Not fun sometimes, but I don't know. Oh well. That's what I gotta say about that. Okay, well, yeah, that's, we still got time. We still got time. I want to see. Okay, so you select them, and then we come down here. It's not a match. It waits for 30 frames, and then it hides. What if we just wait for, like, 10? I feel like, is 10 gonna be enough? Maybe. Should be. Let's find out. Let's find out if 10 frames is enough. That is 1/6 of a second. Is that going to be enough to be able to, like, see the rune, remember it, and then move on? Okay, that's too fast. But on the bright side, you can click immediately after. So maybe we go with 20 frames. So that is 1/3 of a second. So it's not a match. Let's do 20 frames. Yeah. See what happens. So we need to go over, down, over. There we go. Go you. Still very fast. That is a very fine line to walk between having it be not so fast you can actually see what the symbol is and like commit it to memory, but not so slow that you like get frustrated because there's like that very brief moment in time where when you flip it, you need just a little bit of time to show it, but not so much to where like when you're then trying to click on the next one, it still is processing, hiding the other pieces. I think we're going to stick with 20 frames for now. It's slightly faster, but not so fast. You can actually see what it is that's happening. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't be. Who knows? That's the fun part about it, right? Is the unknown. Into the unknown, as they say. I don't know why I'm upgrading these. There's no battles in the tomb yet. Come over here. Be like, doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. And be like, interact with the glyphs. And it's like, and you're like, whoa, my goodness, we gotta get this thing figured out. Go. like I said, terrible at memory games. But it seems like 15 seconds is about average. Maybe some people will be better. I'm sure there's going to be people way better at this minigame than I am. But there we go. We actually got the minigame from start to finish. I know that I had kind of already conceptualized it in Photoshop, so like it was kind of there. But aside from just like the layout, we got all the runes created. We got it in the game. We have it randomly lay out every single time. Feels good. Feels good to actually like... I feel like basically on every single stream, okay, not every single one, but most of them, I feel like most streams, you know, we get started on something, we're working on it, we run into some bugs, we try to fix those bugs, and then by the end of the stream, it's like, well, I think that's probably it for now. We'll pick this up on the next one. Like, we legitimately actually have a fully functional minigame of memory. Is it going to be fun? I hope so. I mean, it's kind of fun. I like it. I feel like it's like just enough to where it's not so annoying that you'd be like, oh, this one again. But it's also not so little that it feels too easy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I think we're probably going to call it here. I don't know of anything else we could really jump into in 8 minutes. So I'm like, we'll just call it good there. So, yeah. Anyway, I appreciate everyone for being here, for hanging out, for having a good time here on stream. Yeah, it's been a good time. So, I am glad about the stuff we got actually working. So, yeah. Anyway, well, I think yeah. We're gonna call it there. I am tired. I definitely need to go get some sleep. But it's been fun. It's been a good time. Hopefully you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. Again, just as a quick reminder, I will not be streaming on Thursday. It is Christmas, and I celebrate Christmas, so I will not be streaming on Thursday. But I hope everyone has an absolutely fantastic, if you celebrate it, Merry Christmas. Not just happy holidays. And yeah, so I will see you all on the Sunday stream. That is when we're going to be back to it on Sunday. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else between now and then. I don't think so. So, yeah. All right, well, have a good night, everyone. I'm going to go get some sleep now. I am very tired and ready for sleep. Yeah, so hopefully have a good night. Good luck, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that fun stuff. And yeah, we'll see you on Sunday. It feels so weird. It's like Tuesday, and I'm like, we'll see you Sunday. Weird. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna stop dragging this out. So, yeah. Goodbye. Good luck. See ya.